Oh man, we live, baby. We live. We lit, baby. We lit. Hey, yo, listen. It's been a good few days since we've been live on Titans TV. Let me know what the family is really saying right about now. Let's get real interactive. Hit me up with some likes, hit me up with some comments. Let me know that you guys are actually up in the building with me. Because goddamn, we do these shows just for you, you know. What's good? Scientific Method, man, like Ansar is up in the building with us. Yeah, buddy. Ayub El Kurdi is up here with us as well. So yeah, family, yeah. Like, you know, Speaker's Corner, of course, was popping off today. Still most probably is popping off. I'm sure I saw a video still going in right now live, right? So I'm saying to you guys, let's jump on. Let's jump on. Let's jump on. All right. And, you know, let's speak about what's happened at Speaker's Corner today. You guys may have to come in and educate me and enlighten me on all of the dramas. Truth be told, I popped in momentarily. I think it was Raj. I saw Raj and Respect. Man, take man for some chihuahua. That's just always like it looked like just like a chihuahua fight, like just everybody just going at it. It was crazy. I saw girl like Sophia Lewis up in the building with a sister wearing a burqa, I believe. I think it was a conversation of, you know, having your face covered, you know, especially targeting towards Muslim sisters that wear niqabs and burqas and stuff like this. I know that Big Odds and what's her name? You know, sweet Betty. I know Betty came in and had a conversation, had a show what to do with that yesterday or a couple days ago. I can't remember, one of the two. They did invite me. Unfortunately, I was actually out. My battery died. I was like, oh no. So I wasn't even abreast with what it was going on. I believe, you know, there was some issue with to do with hijab. Okay, let me not conflate the issues, right? So there is this lady called Dina Tokyo, right? And I know Ali Dawa has been going ham at Dina Tokyo for quite some time, you know, trying to give her nasiya. Sister, let me give the sisters nasiya, but wearing your hijabs. You need to shut up. But at times, like, I think men, like, sometimes we need to stay out of women's businesses, right? Like, you really do. Right? Like, let the woman do what she's doing. Let her husband give her nasiya. Let her friends and her family give her advice and so forth. Allow it, G. Are you coming out here and trying to correct the woman for? Allow it. Okay. All right, but okay. We're YouTubers, so we're allowed to correct each other. All right, fair enough. Do your thing, G. Do your thing. Still, huh? Like, it's for me, like, as a person that actually knows Islamic literature, i.e. Quran, Hadiths, and so forth, right? And I'm listening to like somebody like Hijab, I'm listening to somebody like Ali Dawa, and they're talking about, you know, hijabs and stuff. I'm like, you lot don't even know the first thing about what the Quran says. Like, you lot are just completely in the dark. But anyways, it's none of my business, right? Because you know me, it's too easy to correct people at times. I should just keep my mouth quiet and shut and let you guys talk. So yeah, so there is another one tomorrow, 7:15 p.m. Women Hijab Modesty. You're welcome. All right, Betty, come on, jump in real quickly. Come and promote that. Come and promote your stuff onto the channel. Okay, come on, promote it real quickly. Let us know what happened on the last show, and of course, we'll definitely tune in. Let's quickly see. What have I been missing? Okay, we got Lily Curvo up in the building. Mikey, TNT as Greek doing his thing. Was good. I see Academic Screeching, Sophia Films, Tequila Watch, my brother was good. Shaka G's up in here with us. Dante L. Caesar. We need more peaceful people in that place. Indeed, I heard Big Odds, Low, what a name, saying he's gonna bun Respect and Gangmans. Yeah, oh yeah, for real. I watched that earlier on today. I wonder, did they have any confrontation at all? Is it filmed? I don't know. And you know what? Actually, review. You know what? There was one video. I was driving. Okay, I parked up. I actually parked up the car, right? Because, you know, you're playing it onto the Bluetooth, the audio system in the car, right? And I'm playing it. I'm not really looking. Every few minutes, like, I'll look over at the screen. And then I was like, nah, I could parked up the car. Yes, parked up the car. Yeah, Hakia Ali, bruv. I was there for a good while. Yeah, I listen. I swear to you. Yeah, even right now as I'm talking, yeah, my voice is secretly trembling. My eyes are silently welling up right now. Right, I was listening to man like Saeed Raza. You know, Saeed Raza. You know, he was going in today. Let me know if you saw. You know, I think it was the Arbin. Yeah, I think it was the procession of Hussein that must have happened today, because he was giving a mad speech about what happened. Like, listen, I had to stop. Listen, I'm on my journey, you know. I've stopped halfway on the high street, yeah, middle of traffic, yeah, to just, you know, double yellow line just to park up, right, and to listen to and to view it and to hear what my brother was saying. Listen, that touched me, you know. That touched me. And I swear to God, if that didn't touch a lot of you guys, you lot ain't got no hearts. But anyways, let me keep quiet before I get myself into any more trouble. I can't handle the library. Oh no, but the Bing's up in the building. Yeah, Ali. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I saw it. Trust me, no. Listen, I can do a whole show on that, you know, itself. Everything else is just going to be pasta and drama. But that right there, Okay, so the Lady of the Veil is coming on my show tomorrow at 7:15. All right, that's Betty Closet. That's Betty Closet. Okay, so you guys, all right, come in, jump in, right? Don't leave me here to be speaking by myself. We had, who did we have jump in? We had Witnesses Speakers Corner, my guy Preston. We had Brown Boy who jumped in earlier on as well. You lot come back in and jump in, family, jump in. Don't know why you lot being shy for. So let me know, what other videos did you actually watch today? So I saw two, but not really too fully, because the one with Respect and Raj, I didn't get to fully complete it. And then the one to do with Raza, no, I parked up my car. I sat down for whole 48 minutes or so, yeah, to watch that video, right? All right. I sat down and watched it, not gonna lie. So let's see, what are you guys saying? What are you guys saying? Are you not gonna jump on, or you're not gonna jump on? Okay. If you're not gonna jump on, do I have your permission to close the show early then? Okay, so I'm taking requests right now. I'm taking requests. You already know, if you want to get my attention, there's two things that really pops up when I'm reading the comment section. Two things, which is tagging Titans TV, nice and simple, or hitting us up with the super chat. Those are the two things that makes it nice and bright, and I know where to go to read. So if you want to, that's what you got to do. It says Dante El Caesar, I've been watching your Orisha video. I wonder, Dante, I wonder. Sometimes, you know, I saw a brother in Croydon actually that wanted to know more about the Orisha. I wonder if that's you, but I guess not. I guess not. So yeah, you've been watching the Orisha video. Ooh, that's a splendid video. I think we did two shows on it. Two different shows on it, at least two different shows on it. We should do some more shows on it. Like, excellent videos. I miss, you know what, those shows there, like, used to be the bread and the butter of Titans TV. These are the shows that we really used to enjoy. Like, I've got some real hidden videos that I haven't actually published for quite some time. And I'm sure, like you, Dante, you're gonna love these videos. We were trying to get them put on DVD and stuff, but I might just put it out there free for everybody just to consume. Whew. But anyways, let's quickly read. Titans TV, what's the topic gonna be? We shall soon see. Afro-Man Raf says, what video do you want us to watch? I just came in. Park is not the same without you there. Oh man, love Miss Southeast. I do miss Speaker's Corner on a sly. I actually contemplated going down Speaker's Corner today. Contemplated it, to be honest with you. Okay, Takia, what happened on Respect's channel? Yeah, like, you can come in and talk about that, you know. So right now, I'm opening up the panel for you guys. That's why it's called free for all. Free for all, okay? So you guys can come in and discuss whatever you like. You know what I say already. Titans TV is for you guys, right? It's for you guys. And do these shows for you guys, okay? I know I got loads of things that I want to discuss or speak about, but it's really niche things, right? So I'm not trying to get everybody into my brain what I'm thinking about. I want to know what you guys are thinking about. Let you guys be the captain of this ship right now. So what are you saying? Yeah, of course, Takia, join, family. What do you mean? Like, this is your show right here. I'm still waiting for you to come on and actually, actually host or present something on this channel itself. Yeah, one of our heavyweights, Takia, was good. Who else would like to come in? So we've got Takia, who's just joined us now. But who else would like to join in? Ini Amegbe. What do you have to do then? If it's not working, simply post your email address in the chat section right now. All right. And I will add you via your email. That's like a simple way of doing things. Okay. All right. So let me open up right now. We've got Witness. Did you have anything that you wanted to say to us, or
what in regards to today? What happened in the park?
Yeah, that would be awesome. Of course, you're like our Sunday Speakers Corner reporter, representative. Let's go. Let's get it.
Well, basically, it's just the same thing as usual with Raj's situation. Raj just feels that he's been treated unfairly because he chooses to speak out against Sharia. So he feels he's being treated unfairly by being called an Islamophobe. So he tries to point out that there are people who are being hypocritical. They call him an Islamophobe because he criticizes the Sharia. But these same people, they have no problem in showing a lot of anger and vengeful behavior towards Sophia Lewis because she's transgender. So he tries to point out that they're being hypocritical. So that's the big clash between Raj, Respect, and a few other Muslims there. So that's the big thing between Raj and them. And the lady with, there was an elderly lady who came there with not a niqab, a hijab. And she and Naomi got into a big discussion because the lady who is a Muslim wearing a hijab obviously believes in the Sharia. She loves it because it's Allah's laws. And obviously, people who are gay are punished within the Sharia. So Naomi, who is transgender, was having a big discussion because she didn't like the fact that this elderly Muslim lady felt that way. So those were the two big clashes. But I don't think they came to any compromise. They just agreed to disagree, basically.
Wow. Okay. So I guess this conversation today might be about Sharia. Sharia.
Oh, before I forget, there was a big discussion between Ards and Rajiv in regards to Ards believing that there's transgender agenda in which children are being taught to normalize or to view transgenders as normal. And he thinks that's wrong. And Rajiv didn't see anything wrong with it. He believes that children should be educated to the way the world is changing and should be aware of everything and anything that takes place in the world. So that was the other big.
You live in UK?
Sorry?
You live in UK?
Do I live? Yes, I do.
Okay, so you're about 10 years behind Sweden, where I live. This is what they teach on kindergarten school, openly.
That doesn't surprise me. The Swedish are quite intelligent.
Yeah, but you're 10 years behind us.
Yes, we are. Don't even get me started on sex education. It's still non-existent in Britain in schools. I know it's different in Sweden, so.
All right, hold on real quickly. Let me just read out some of these comments. We got Joel Nathan Henry says, what do you think about Mbiti? Mbiti? I think you're talking about John Mbiti, if I'm correct, okay? Like, I'm just seeing Mbiti. So if it is, you're talking about John Mbiti, who was, he wrote quite extensively and heavily on African religions and philosophy. I think he was actually an Anglican or Catholic. One of the two, anyways. His works are awesome, to be honest with you. I recommend them highly. Of course, you can always, we've advanced quite far from that time period, but as a base, yeah, awesome works. All right, Speakers Corner ain't the same no more. There's no intellectual convos, even the heavyweight Dower team not going much. It's all roadman beef now. Yeah, I hear you. I think Kalam is a good brother. I was upset with him for what he said about how people reacted to Tan, but Kalam, more power to you. Wishing you strength and fortune. Enough love, man. Enough love. Black Knight. Okay, I would like a topic on the Muslim finger pointing of the far right, as if the Muslims are progressive at Takia Watch. I think, to be honest with you, far right is just a code word for saying white people without saying white people. That's what far right is. Let's quickly see. No, they were calling him a hate preacher. Okay, can't join using the link. Again, if you want, just send me your email address and I'll get the link over to you. All right, John McDermott up in the building. Oh, sugar. As soon as I say John McDermott, I just seen a donation, a super chat. So shouts out to my brother John McDermott. As you guys know, like John McDermott's always hitting us up with super chats, always supporting Titans TV. He's one of our day ones. And again, I'm telling you guys, I want my audience members to always show love to these individuals who are donating. You can donate as I don't even know how much you can. Okay, a little as a pound, or if you go onto Patreon, I'm sure you can even donate less than that or something. So those people who are supporting us on Titans TV, right? They are literally the ones that keeping the lights on, keeping the bills being paid for the Titans TV, ventures itself. So salute to all of them. I beg of you. All right. So quickly, last one. It says here, what about the deal Imran Khan did with death threat writers that Asia Bibi not be allowed to leave Pakistan? Yeah, I was listening to David Wood today on this, right? So I haven't actually seen any newspaper articles or anything like that, but I was reading it. But yeah, we'll have to discuss that. I need to get some more information. Okay, gay trans relationships are being shown increasingly in cartoons. I can think of 4 modern cartoons off the top of my head. Indeed, Google MBT. Oh, the acronym. Okay, MBTI. Oh, okay. All right, I'll have to Google it then.
I have a question for you, Titans.
Yes.
So I was on Raspik's channel yesterday, and I bring the Heath. But yeah, of course, that is a channel that they have a different approach. They won't let you finish, and it's the order is not the same,
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that I thought was interesting that came up was when I was speaking. I think I don't know if I've spoken to him before, but he was like, this guy, he hates Muslims. He don't know anything. He was refuted by Titans. He didn't know anything, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, are they using it now? Because I saw that Gabs also wrote that I was schooled by you the last time, which is fine if that was true, because I think that we can all be students of someone else. But I'm not really happy about that because as we spoke on my channel, it wasn't really the way that it was portrayed. So it was a little bit fake news. So I feel that I cannot go on other people's channel, challenge Islam, and then hear that I was schooled based on incorrect information. So I will have to release a video on my channel, but I want to do it in a way that I can probably get your feedback before I do it. But I want to have something to point to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no problem. That's fine. That's cool. Like, I think we need to stop being immature. Like,
yeah.
It's not about point scoring and winning and losing. It's like, this is not the reason why we do this. We don't do this because we want to get one over on a person. We do it because we love, we thrive, we've got a thirst for knowledge, we've got that hunger for it, right? And if somebody else can, shed light onto something in a way that we never thought about something before, that helps us to grow, right? And if another person can show that to you, right, like, we should be able to, humble ourselves and welcome it. And if
something with your mic, we cannot
fix your mic, Kalam.
Easy. Can you lot hear me now? Can you lot hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. Aye.
Yeah, that's right. That's cool.
Okay, I really went on a nice little tirade, but now I've forgotten what I had to. No, I haven't forgotten, but I've lost my zeal for it. So go ahead, you lot open up now.
Yeah, but do you have anything to say, Kalam? Because I like the conclusion is that you were seriously wrong, okay. and it was portrayed like you were right, and then I fact checked this with Christian Prince, and how can I point this out without minimizing?
Okay, you can do that now. How was he wrong? Takir, watch.
Both Qurtubi, Ibn Kathir said that it is of the young age, while Kalam said it didn't exist in Arabic.
Both Qurtubi and who, sorry?
And Ibn Kathir said of the young age.
And Ibn Kathir. Okay.
Yeah. He had it in front of him. And then the Quranic verse also said, you were there, so you heard what he said. So it make a distinction based on females, not women. I just want to have your opinion before I discuss.
So for everybody to note right now, let me say that Kalam was. I don't want to say I was wrong.
You were seriously wrong, actually.
I would say that what happened is that there's three different accounts that was made mention in Ibn Kathir. Count, or the, how can I put it? Not the account. Yeah, Ibn Kathir's words rather than the accounts that he was given. If you go to it and you see it, let me actually do this. Let me do this so everybody else can kind of see what we're talking about, because I don't want. I like clarity. So let's quickly do that. Q tafsir. So select chapter 65, Talak, and then verse number 4. There we go. Okay, and next. Okay, so I believe this is what you was talking about. Okay, and clearly, look, the same for the young. It's clearly there. Well, same for the young. I don't know what this. It might not say this young.
It exists both in Arabic and English. So how it was taken was how you presented it, and maybe that was a miscommunication from your part. But both Gabs and other people, like he schooled you. You don't even know the language in Arabic. This is how they're discussing with me on other platforms, and that's fine. But it's not just Muslims; it's also non-Muslims, and I cannot deal with this on other platforms when I'm actually right.
No problem. So real quickly, I just want to let everybody see. So what I think you may have present. No. You didn't present this, okay? But what?
No, I have your tape here. I know that you said that it didn't exist.
Sorry, what Christian Prince or you put forward was this one right here, right? And then I showed you the Q tafsir of the Arabic. And the Arabic that I showed was not of this one over here. It was the Arabic for this one over here. Okay, right here.
Yeah, true.
And I was talking about, look, the women who are not mentioned in the Quran, and I said, look, it's talking about women, and I'll keep highlighting to you in the Arabic, and possibly in the English as well. Look, it's talking about women who are the young. It doesn't say too young as the other narration says, the old and the pregnant. And I showed you this in Arabic, and I believe there was a second narration as well that I did show you in Arabic, or was on the screen in Arabic, and it says here, where is it? Ibn Hatim recorded in a simpler narration that it is Ubay ibn Ka'b, O Messenger of Allah, when the arise Surah Al-Baqarah was revealed, prescribing the divorce people in Medina. These others are still some women whose iddah has not been mentioned in the Quran. These are the young, the old, and menstruation who's been continued, and the pregnant, and so forth. Okay, so I think I showed you these two in Arabic, and I was showing you that it doesn't say too young; it just simply says young, and the context is to do with women. But unfortunately, right, which is the bit that you're right on, it says Ibn Kathir up here, I think it talks about young or young girls or something like that, right?
They don't have menstruation because of their young age. And basically people in the room took it like I'm explaining this. So maybe your intention was that you were speaking about a specific part within Ibn Kathir, while the rest of the room basically took it like I'm telling you. So this is basically what I'm dealing with when I'm talking to people outside your platform. So I don't want this to be a distraction. That's why.
For everybody out there, we're both right. There's no wrong and right here. Okay. The brother is right. It's in Ibn Kathir, right? The first thing that he gives, which is his own explanation, I believe. And then I was right based upon showing you it in the Arabic and the actual hadith or the quotation that was given, right? So, and these are these two right here that I presented in Arabic, where the context is to do with women, and then this is just Ibn Kathir giving his own opinion.
All right, thank you, Kalam.
There you go. And I would say, again, with Christian Prince, he, even though I love that brother, right? Christian Prince is definitely, I would say, an awesome teacher, one of my teachers. I got loads of teachers that I take great knowledge from. But the only thing is, I would say that, I wasn't too pleased when he said that, oh, this over here, where is it? This over here is talking about just females. And I think that, just his opinion, it's dishonesty, intellectual dishonesty, especially for a person who speaks Arabic, okay? Because the whole context is talking about women, and then you have a relative clause. Let me just quickly. So right here, okay, you've got a prefix conjunction, which is the wa, meaning and then you got a feminine plural feminine plural relative pronoun. So what that means here is, okay, this is relative. So the relative or the relationship is talking about is to do with women. Okay, so it's still talking about women. So the women who are not menstruating. Okay, that's what it's talking about. He said something about females, and I'll say to you that's completely incorrect. An Arabic speaking person will clearly know that the whole context is about women, and it's just linking it in to talk about these women also are the ones who aren't menstruating, and that's the whole context. So yeah.
Did you want to explain?
Yeah. Did you want to say anything else?
No, I'm happy.
Okay, perfect. All right. So let's quickly see. Kalam is a scholar in Arabic. Somebody asked. I think says Walter. How many times have you seen me pull up Arabic-speaking people on Arabic? Come on, family. I know enough to pull up another person in Arabic. I'm not going to say I'm a scholar, okay, in intricacies, but I know enough to pull up somebody in Arabic. Okay, so Betty, can I have the link? Of course you can, my dear. There it is. Let me just make sure that I haven't missed any messages from you guys. Okay, Sophia Film says, is there any legal ruling to kill non-Muslims over criticism of Muhammad in Islam regarding Asia Bibi? Yeah, of course there is. Of course there is. There is definitely rulings to kill non-Muslims over criticism of Muhammad. Definitely. Anything to do with Allah? I'm trying to remember now. Is there any ruling to kill anybody for disrespecting Allah? I don't think so. Can somebody correct me if I'm wrong, right? Is there any ruling, okay, to kill non-Muslims, okay, or even Muslims if they disrespect Allah? Right?
Yeah, Money Cinder grooms little white girls. He grooms little white girls. Money Cinder.
Oh,
Chakade.
hey.
So bad trolls.
Yeah. So the question is, is there anything like that? I don't know. I need some Muslims to jump on and kind of educate. Because as far as I know, there's only Muhammad that I'm aware of where that applies. But let's just see. But Takia, you say you know.
Yeah, I can show up on the screen.
Okay, awesome. While we're waiting for that, let me quickly go through and make sure I read out all your messages. It says here, if homosexuality was unbanned from the state laws, why would they reinstate it for the sake of another religion? Okay. Sophia Films, have you noticed an increase in Muslim representation in TV commercials? I don't even watch TV, to be honest with you. Most I watch is Netflix. I don't know. What's good? Angela Minogue is up in the building with us. Yeah, buddy. All right. Let me quickly get to the end of this. Kalam can have the link. Okay, got you the link already. Miss Southeast says, in scientific method, people think it's all about winning the debate instead of resolving issues and problem solving. It's the mentality. Yeah, buddy. People asking for the Hangout link. Okay, it's been sent out already, baby. All right, let's just quickly see. Okay, what's good, man? Like Mickey Ass is up in the building. So yeah, I would really love, shouts out to Marshall as well. Marshall Mavis. Me and him was working on a little project together. So salute to him. All right, hopefully in the near future I might release that. Sophia Sims says, one last question. Go Live Media claims that there is a different punishment whether a Muslim kills a Muslim versus non-Muslim killing Muslim. It is Muslim. I believe so. There is. I remember reading this recently, actually. If a Muslim kills Muslim, I think there is an opportunity for blood money. But if a non-Muslim kills a Muslim, I think that is straight death. There isn't a paying of blood money. All right. But I don't actually have, you know me, I love to speak with evidence. Okay. So I'm just simply saying to you something that I've recalled from the top of my mind, but don't take my word for it. I'm just telling you what I remember. All right, let's go. So yeah, we've got Takia watch. Let me put your screen up on the main, and let's do this. He's got something to educate us.
Okay, so the question was if there's anything regarding to blasphemy and punishment. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, so this is Sahih, first of all, and here's the reference, Sunan an-Nasai. So I'll not do all of this. It's the ruling regarding defaming the prophet. So that's what the chapter title is called. Quite clear, right?
Yeah. Well, do you know what? Real quickly though, I don't want you to go
Yeah.
through all of this because
I won't. I won't.
We definitely know,
last 2 sentences enough.
We definitely know that there is blasphemy laws for the prophet, but is there anything like that for defaming Allah himself?
Not sure. So I was responding to blasphemy regarding to the prophet. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so the last 2-3 sentences is enough. So a woman is slandering Muhammad. She's defaming him, and this man, he's stopping her. And this woman was a slave, by the way. She did not stop, and he rebuked her, and she did not pay any heed, meaning she did not stop. And I mentioned your name, Muhammad's name, and she slandered you. And he took a dagger, and then he killed her. I killed her. So this is a good moment where Muhammad could say this is absolutely wrong when he's having the information. But let's see what he's answering. So the Messenger of Allah said, I bear witness that her blood is permissible. So he's actually encouraging this.
I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna let off the screen.
You made your point. That's what I'm gonna say. You made your point. Wait, real quickly. Can I go back to that hadith actually? Let me see it.
Okay.
Just real quickly. Go back up to the isnad. So right at the top.
Sure.
Okay. And this is narrated by Ibn Abbas. Quickly go over to the right again. Just scroll over to the right to the Arabic.
Sure.
Ooh. So let's quickly just read. God damn. That's it. All right. So y'all seen it, right? Y'all hold on. Scroll down a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little
bit more.
Ooh, hold on. I'm just trying to catch where I was. Hold on. Go back. Go up, sorry. And one more up. That was it. Okay, so y'all seen it. For those of you guys who are real scholars like that, y'all seen it. That's what I'm gonna say to you. All right. So let me go over now to Lily Curvo. Lily Curvo. Right, my queen right now. Yeah, says drops. One of my bars. Right, and it's real. Like we have over. At that time she made it was 228, 226 now. God damn, why are you not leaving us? And then we've only got 34 likes, baby. 34 likes, right? So can we get some more likes up in here, right? Lily Curvo is asking you, can we get some more likes? Okay, like come on, y'all can do better than that. We're doing this for y'all. Okay. Have I missed anything? Oh man, like Omar's up in here. We got Gab's Medicine Man is up in here as well. Go Live Media is up in here. You defame the prophet and you die is the conclusion. Says Go Live Media. God damn, no, it's not. It's solid. Oh gosh. Listen, I need to get Go Live Media up in here. Got Academic Screeching is here. Let's clearly just make sure. All right, salute to you guys. Anyway, so for those of you guys who don't have the link, here it is. There it is. All right. Let me come back in. So yeah, you lot make sure you join us, okay? So let's do this. We're opening it up, all right? We're opening it up. Okay. I want this to be fruitful. Was it the one where the blind man stabbed his wife? Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. And the possibility that, the child was still in the belly and dropped out, or, the blood from the belly, or the blood from the stabbing, dropped onto his child's head. So I don't know, depending on how you're reading that hadith, right? Like there was a baby involved or a child involved as well. God damn. God damn. So yeah, one has to really wonder at times, right? One has to wonder. Like we have these crazy blasphemy laws for the prophet. And one would think to yourself, but hold on, isn't blasphemy laws for God? If blasphemy laws are for God, then how did Muhammad assume that role as a quote unquote everything in legality but not saying it in actuality God? How did that run? And then nobody don't really get offended if you disrespect or defame Allah, like I rarely see it. I rarely ever see this at Speaker's Corner or anywhere, yeah, where if you say something about Allah or God, like God damn it, or whatever the case is, nobody ain't offended. But if you say something bad about the Prophet, ooh, wait, it's the next thing. So I would like to know, like, talk to me, Go Live Media. Why is that? Why is that? Why is that? All right, Betty, yo, Betty. While we're waiting for Go Live Media to drop us some information.
Hi, Kalam. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, buddy, was good. Talk to us. Let us know what actually happened on the last show you did.
Oh, the last show we were talking about men's and women's modesty, and we were talking in relation to the hijab and the niqab. Just because I'm not even too sure how modesty came up, but I think what had happened was I'd mentioned that time when Muhammad hijab and someone was wearing like a vest, and all you could see was his armpit hair, and then he was talking about modesty, women's modesty, and how it annoyed me and how he came across as a big hypocrite, and also how Dina Tokyo, who's a big fashion blogger who wears a hijab, took her hijab off. And she's got a lot of criticism for it because she built a brand on modest fashion and obviously being a Muslim fashion blogger. So that's how the modesty talk came up. So like we had Big R's, Preston from Witness, Speaker's Corner, and we had Comet come on and we were talking about it. But I think it's a big topic, isn't it? Modesty. Because there's many men who are preaching modesty, especially I notice in the Muslim community, they preach modesty to Muslim women, but they don't seem too modest themselves. And that's just coming from a Christian perspective. Big R's was saying that modesty only starts for a man at the navel. But as a Christian, for me, it seemed a bit hypocritical. Because I don't want to see Muhammad hijab's armpit hair. I thought it's pretty disgusting, to talk to a woman about modesty, but you can't be bothered to be modest yourself.
It's a bunch of nonsense. It's an absolute bunch of nonsense.
Good point.
It's just a control mechanism. Insecure men wanting to control others, especially women.
Yeah, it comes across as that. Well, I just for Muhammad hijab, what I noticed about that, I just thought, what woman would take a man seriously like that? He could have wore a t-shirt. I mean, it's just like, it seems like right now there's a lot of men who are trying to police what women wear. And I asked that veiled lady from Speaker's Corner who wears the niqab to come on, but she's going to come on Monday, tomorrow at 7:15 on my Betty's Closet channel. And we're going to talk about women's modesty because obviously, she's a Muslim woman, she wears it. And for many people, we don't know why they wear it. I'm not a fan of the niqab. I'm not going to lie. I don't like the niqab.
Oh, I haven't done my time sheet, have I?
But I defend a woman's right to wear what she wants to wear. So I just think it's interesting. So please join us. Join us at 7:15 on my channel, Betty's Closet.
Definitely will do. Let's just let's be petty for a hot minute. Can I be petty for a hot minute? And sometimes we have to do this, okay? Thankfully, one of our moderators has actually deleted this comment, but let's just read what was said. We've got Osman Aslam. Kalam, you coon. Well done, Osman Aslam, for showing the whole world how racist you are. And let it be known, Osman Aslam does not represent Muslims. He does not represent Islam, even though he has an Arabic name. Well done, Osman Aslam, for making yourself look like a donkey. Let's call it the Donkey of the Day Awards. I think we should do that. We need to pull out some of these racists as much as possible. All right, let's get back into this. So we've got Akuma. Akuma, are you there?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Talk to me.
Yeah, no, like I said, I was at the corner. I haven't been in the corner for a couple of weeks now, just to family stuff and everything. But no, I'm just here just to listen, I guess. And I guess you haven't had a lot of Christian men on the channel for a while, so I thought, well, why not just put my 2 cents on things? So,
I love that. All right. So when the Christian topics start flowing in, and we need that, I'm gonna holler at you.
Yeah, a 6'4", a 6'3" Christian man. So let's call me the Jedi of so-called films, eh?
Jeez. So I like that.
But
all right. So how many Quran says Titans TV? Maybe let me just mute you out. Everyone, you know how we do. We just have one mic flowing. Maybe. Oh, who's that? Nope. Yeah, it's Akuma. Let me just mute. Apologies. I'm just gonna mute you out, right? Because that's what we do. All right. Maybe saying stuff against Muhammad, like saying stuff about their own dad. They relate to Muhammad more than they relate to Allah. Quran says, love Muhammad more than your parents. I hear you, but the Bible also says, love Jesus more than your, more than, I think it's your own parents. Yeah, more than your own parents, and spouses and so forth. All right, so let's be fair. Let's be fair. Let's do that. All right. Let me quickly go through. What have I missed? Tennis TV, there is a guy calling for Muslims being killed and you are not saying anything or blocking him. Kalam, with the snake move. Quran for you. Who is this person? What you should do is actually tag the person's name and say, this is it right here. But so far, I haven't seen anything. And I'm not how can I put it? I am, against popular beliefs, right? I'm not omniscient, okay? Against all popular beliefs, I am not omniscient. Kalam, I sent you an email for the link, but it's no point now. I need to do my salah soon and then gonna watch Daredevil Season 3. Salah at this hour of the night. Oh, sorry, you did. Oh, yeah, you did. I just saw it back. That means you're not in this country then. You clearly can't be in this country to be doing salah at this hour of the night. But apologies, my G, I didn't see your email. Next time, what you should do is tell me that you're going to email me or simply drop your email address. All right? Make life easier for me. Okay, let's quickly go through all of this, seeing everybody who's tagged Titans TV. Show me his name then. Show me, just copy his comment and copy his name, and then we'll see, right? Is that simple? Or just ask one of the moderators. All right. Okay, so anything else? Nope. I'm going to open up now to the panel members. So who we haven't had on yet? We haven't had the mess. I don't know. So far, all I can see of your name is the messy something.
The messenger, brother.
The messenger. Oh, I like that with the smooth voice. The messenger, brother. The messenger.
The messenger, brother.
And let me know where you're calling in from, King.
I'm from the UK, my brother.
What? And what we got to say to us today?
Well, I'm just Sufi Muslim, and I'm just hearing the what's his name, Christian Prince speaking on it.
Mm-hmm.
Putting, not really putting respect on the name of Islam, but it's all good. I was wanting to hear what the brothers got was gonna espouse on more. But you was talking about Speaker's Corner. I don't mind listening about that neither. So I'll just sit back and listen right now until you want to talk about Islam. And you know what I mean? No. I'll wait for that. All right.
And let it be known, right? Because a lot of people, I have loads of like favorite YouTubers that's dropping information, right? And it's like sometimes it seems contradictory. Like how do you like Christian Prince, but also like Mufti Abulaith, and still also like Shamsi, and still also like Bayat El Ghadir, and still also like Sunni Dawa team and so forth, right? Aren't they all going against each other type of thing? Yeah, they are. But at the same time, there's so many jewels, right? That's being, how can I put it, displayed or littered by these individuals. Like there's always the great gems you can pick up from all of them, right? It doesn't mean just because some people you listen to that you agree with everything that they say. Surely you guys can't agree with everything that I say, all right? But you still like to tune in, you still like to listen because there's something inside of these shows that you're taking home with you that kind of excites your day. The same, right? So, it's always good to listen to everybody. All right, let me get Buddha, man, like Buddha bring up in the building. Let them know, let it ring out.
Good evening. Do you know what, Kalam? I heard the story about this lady in Pakistan. I forget her first name, Bibi. She's applied for asylum in the UK. I, for one, would love to see her come to the UK and be helped and sheltered. I wonder how everybody else feels about that. I know there's a thing about immigration from Pakistan. There's a large. It's been made really kind of big because of the grooming gangs. A lot of people going around saying we don't want no more Pakistanis, blah blah blah. They're all Pakistanis. The grooming gangs, Pakistani, blah 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 blah. So there's an issue around immigration, and specifically the fingers pointed at Pakistanis. Now I wonder, this lady's a Christian. Does that have a holding on that? Would it be okay for Christian Pakistanis to come here? Or is it specifically Muslim Pakistanis that people have an issue with? I kind of know the answer, but I just wanted to know what other people thought about it and where they could go around justifying what they say.
Great question. Me personally, I tell you, I don't want her in this goddamn country. And that's not me being bad mind or nothing like that. Yeah, she is going to be a security threat to this country. Can you just imagine how many jihadis that are already present in this country, right? That would be ready to go and do some Allahu Akbar stuff on her, or on anybody in this country for accepting her. I don't think it's wise. I think you need to send her to a proper, to the the Bible Belt in America, them ways there, where there ain't that many people around that can find you. Wherever David Wood and these individuals and Vocab Malone and any of these individuals are living or staying, send her there where you know that she's going to be safe. That's what I say.
That's a fair point, actually. You're right. Her coming here would be a security risk. But let's assume there was a whole people at risk. Let's say, I don't know, Ethiopia. There was a number of Ethiopians that are at risk of being genocided and for their beliefs, their religious beliefs. Would we turn our backs on them and not help anyone at all because of a security risk? Are we going to be afraid in our own countries? I mean, what would we do?
Great question.
I think.
Sorry, Betty, you go on.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to say, I think, didn't that girl Marla, the one that got shot in Pakistan, the girl, for going to school, that one, she got offered asylum, didn't she, in Britain? So I don't see any difference as to why a Christian Pakistani shouldn't be offered asylum. Everyone has a right under the Human Rights Declaration to seek asylum if they're in a country that's not safe. So if you can give a Muslim Pakistani like Marla, I think it's Marla, isn't it? The one that got shot in the head when she was really young.
I think she was Afghan, not Pakistani.
No, I think she was. No, I don't think she was. She from Afghanistan? I thought she was Pakistani.
I thought she was Pakistani.
Yeah, I think she's Pakistani. But she got offered asylum, so I don't see why a Christian lady shouldn't be offered asylum. Yes, there is. We do have a problem of Islamic fanaticism in Britain, but that's not going to change just because of one woman coming. That's something that the state and the security services have to deal with. That's just my opinion. I believe in human rights.
Indeed. Before we go back into that, can I give out the second Donkey of the Day award goes to Quran for You. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this right here. Quran for You. Titans TV equals moderator. The name is Charles Ray. Is the name. Don't be a snake now. Snake. Like, you want, like, I'm baffled, you know. Can you imagine this? Like, you want somebody to do something for you, help you on something, right? Right? But at the same time, you're trying to, I don't know, trying to what? Denigrate me? Dehumanize me? Calling me all these mad terms here? Like, are you well? Is everything okay back home? You must have slipped and bumped your head, G. Like, I don't understand this, right? Like, and like, allow it. Like, when you're coming out on here, like, representing yourself, like Quran for You, like, realize, right, you're representing your family, you're representing your Islamic heritage, right? When you come out with names like this. And we had one already that was being racist with a name that is supposedly signifying representing Islam. Allow it. You guys are literally making yourselves look bad. And I will tell you yet again, you do not represent Islam and you do not represent Muslims, right? And this should not be a representative of Muslims. And this is the problem. A lot of people who are non-Muslims are seeing people like you on the web doing all manners of madness, and they associate this with Islam. And I'm going to repeat again, this is not Islam. This is just some deranged, deprived, idiotic member of Jahil society. All right? Donkey of the Day award number 2 goes to you. All right, continue, family.
Fake news.
Sorry, continue.
No, I was just saying that's a fake. I just call it a fake news item. So don't worry, Kalam. Don't worry about those comments. They can't challenge you intellectually, so they have to resort into these stupid ad hominem attacks. So take it as a compliment.
Yeah, buddy.
as a general star, eh?
So, do you know, my concern is this: by not allowing the girl to seek refuge in England, I think we're allowing the terrorists to win in a certain way. Because if we're going to put aside our values in Britain as to help people, what's that sending a message out to those fundamentalist, terrorist type jihadis? That's us being subservient to their will, or
yes,
kind of like capitulating to their will.
Yeah, it's true.
And I that doesn't sit very well with me.
I think, to be fair, brother, I think she should go to America. I just think she'll be safer there than she'll be over here. And this is coming from a Christian. I just think the Christian values are more strong over there than they are over here. So I think with this political correct climate we have in the UK, I honestly do believe it'll be safer for her to go to the States than to stay in the UK.
But you know what?
That's the point. That's the point, because Britain is, the Christian values are quite watered down. And I think in America, they is quite, because you got the Bible Belt in America, haven't you?
Yeah, I kind of agree with that as well. I mean, you know, anywhere she could go seek refuge, but I take it as kind of like a badge of honor for her to specifically say the UK. Of all the countries in the world she could choose, she chose the UK. So there's something about the morals or the freedoms within the UK that she appreciates and wishes to come here.
Oh, has she already applied for asylum in the UK?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, but I think she has a version of the UK that's probably, you know, back in the 80s or 70s. But if she knew what goes on in the UK now, I don't think she would have applied for asylum in the UK. Like you said earlier, you have these jihadi nutters doing the same thing as well, protesting, calling her Islamophobe and stuff. So I still think she'll be better in the States, quite frankly.
Yeah, I think, you know, now you've raised that point, I think you've got a point. It's true. I think she probably would have been better off in the United States, but she probably doesn't know. She's probably not really aware of the political climate in the UK right now.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just raising the same spectre. Again, if we capitulate and say, look, you're not safe in the UK, go to America, you're safer. I think that's although it may be true, it's a sad state of affairs.
No, I agree, brother. I agree. But sometimes you have to deal with reality, not ideal. Ideally, she should, accept asylum in this country, and I'll welcome her. I just don't think she'll be safe here. I don't think the authorities in this country are good enough to protect her.
I'd like to draw back to an incident a few months back with Kalam and somebody putting a fatwa on his head and saying stuff like, now let me try and, I'm paraphrasing clearly, but he did say this is a kuffar land and you're not allowed to commit halal stuff. Do you remember that, Kalam, by any chance?
Yeah, I remember that.
What did he say? He said your blood's halal, but you can't do anything in this land. If you want to do anything, you have to leave.
Yeah, so this is the usual, enemy of Allah, or enemy of Islam. Anybody that knows Islamic literature knows what, so when somebody calls you an enemy of Allah, or an enemy of Islam, or an enemy of Muhammad, you already know. Yeah, what that literally means. That's code word to let you guys know. All right, and we already read out that hadith earlier on by Taqiyya Watch, right? And that's what it's intimating. But he was saying, this, we know what the Sharia is. My brothers and sisters, we are in the UK, and they're not telling you to do this in the UK. If you want to do this Sharia, then you have to leave the UK. You have to leave the UK. If you want to do this, the Sharia, we know what it is. But if you want to do it, you have to leave the UK. So yeah, on a sly, okay, he was trying to call for my death. On a sly, he was trying to call for my death and tell everybody else that, boy, you better be ready to have your passport on hand to skedaddle out of the UK after you do it as well. So yeah, we have a lot of these crazies, and a lot of these crazies are trying to, jump onto these media platforms to influence other, other slightly more craziers than them to do their own dirty work and bidding. Where is he gone? Go on, Buddha. I finished.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't want to swear on your channel, but I don't like being anyone's bitch. Do you get what I'm saying? And the way things are going now, I think our government is impotent. I think our government has no cojones. I remember the days of Thatcher. I'm old enough to remember that. And I remember Thatcher saying, we will not compromise with terrorism. We will not, the lady's not for turning. You understand? All of these mottos that she used to throw out, although she was a piece of work, I had to admire her tenacity. She really stood strong against certain aspects, whether it be the Falklands or whether it be the IRA. She did steadfast quite a bit. And I think we lack that right about now. I just imagine this. I mean, if we had a Vladimir Putin in power in England, do you think?
Or Trump?
Forget Trump. He's no, not Trump, but Vladimir Putin. Okay, if we had a Vladimir Putin in power in UK, do you think anyone would dare try and impose any kind of law whatsoever, or even begin to whisper about imposing a law other than that which is already in place? I doubt it very much. I think the government may need to grow a set of balls and step up to the plate. However, how do we, as a people, as a community, entice the government to do that? I'm not sure. I've got some ideas, but boy.
It's a tough one. It's a good question you pose. I think the problem is if we had the Putin in government, we could be arrested for just criticizing his policies. So that's the downside to it, isn't it? The upside having a strong man like Putin is that he wouldn't allow Islamic law to rise in this country. But at the same time, if you criticize Putin, you would be disappeared quite quickly. So it is a hard one. It is a hard one. I think your argument about Thatcher, I think at the time when she came into power in '79, there was still a strong Christian ethic in the basics of society. So in a sense, there was more of a foundation to have a strong backbone. But now the zeitgeist is just secular humanism, which has no backbone whatsoever. Hence why people just capitulate under a little bit of pressure. So, you know, it's a conundrum. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at it like this. Somebody goes, who was it that went to Russia? Was it Manning? I think it was the soldier, the American soldier who sought refuge and asylum in America. It wasn't the WikiLeaks guy. It was the Manning guy. I forget his name. And America dare not even try and extradite him or apply for extradition or anything like that. Such was the rule that Putin had over his own country and the power that he exerted. We see this all over the world. I think England's the only one that's seen as a soft touch at the moment. And I think that needs to change. Whether it's knife crime, whether it's all there's so many different things. It's immigration, it's everything. The government's failed miserably. Miserably. Look at the debacle we're having at the moment with Brexit. They can't decide whether it's a yes or a no, whether we stay, whether we go. It's embarrassing for me personally, anyway.
Yeah, I think the key phrase, my brother, is this: there's no clarity in this society right now. Male doesn't mean male. You know, if I say there's two genders, that's done as hate speech. If I say certain truths, like it'd be done for a hate crime, people are scared. People are just amoebas right now. There's no spine anymore. And obviously, as a Christian, I believe that's because we've lost our Christian roots and heritage. I think that's part of the reason why we're just a spineless society. Anything goes. What feels right, you know, you do. And if you criticize that, you're a hate monger, and you should go to jail for it.
Well,
yeah. Sorry.
Let me quickly break this up because you could continue in a minute, but let me just, you know, my brother academic screeching. I know he wants something. You know, the way is there. Certain man them. I don't know. But let me just quickly show you some love. Academic screeching, real quick. Side thing. What's the issue with Ibn Sa'd and Muslims questioning his reliability? This is like a really long, big one, right? Actually don't have the ability to go into proper depth with it right now. What I can do is, okay, because really and truly, I was trying to get on like Islam Web. If you go to Islam Web, but technically speaking, Islam Web is actually a lot of Arabic, right? And you can have the full biography. You go into something called the Tadhib. Tadhib has the full biography of the person and what other scholars of his time and afterwards. I don't actually have access to it right now. Sorry, just mute your mics out, family. Let me just mute you out, Akuma. Okay. So yeah, and maybe the best scene. Ja. So yeah, so I don't have all the information to give you right now, but the best thing I can say to you is just quickly, as a Wikipedia, I think it's going to be the most easiest thing for you to do, unless you can get the biography. So maybe just type in Ibn Sa'd and then biography, right? And then you could most probably get something on there. But this is what it says. In Hadith studies, Ibn Sa'd, Hadith, considered separately from his prophetic biography, is generally thought to be good, all right? So Ibn Sa'd's Hadith is generally thought to be good, Hassan, assuming an accurate and trustworthy isnad or chain of transmission, right? So this is according to this, right? So as long as he's providing a good, solid sanad or chain, basically, right? So at the beginning of all hadiths, so what makes a hadith is really its isnad and its matan, i.e. its chain of narrations, who actually narrated this, right? Like, I heard from this person, from that person, from this person, and then the matan is the text, the actual meat of it, like what it's actually saying, right? As long as the chain is good and the hadith is good, then they don't have no problem with it. And himself having a reputation of being a sincere or trustworthy saduk. So he's known to be trustworthy. So no matter what people tell you, he's not known to be a liar or anything like that. He's known to be very truthful and trustworthy. I wish I actually had the proper website up so I can show you. I'm just doing some quick Google scholarship for you. However, general analysis of his isnads has given him the negative distinction of being a mudalis. Okay, meaning one. So I'm going to explain. Hopefully, this explains this, so I don't have to re-explain it. Meaning one who did not name his teacher, claiming instead to narrate directly from his teacher's teacher. All right. So instead of I'm saying, I heard it from Buddha, who heard it from Takia. I'm simply saying I heard it from Takia, and missing out Buddha in the middle. But it's very important to have Buddha in the middle, because Buddha might have changed something, or Buddha may be somebody who's not trustworthy, right? So hold on for a hot second. Yeah, so that's one reason why it's really good to have it. Because of his tadlis, many scholars, including Muhammad al-Bukhari, hardly ever used his narrations in their Sahih Hadiths. According to Al-Khatib al-Baghdadi, all scholars of Hadith, except one, no longer rely on any of his narrations, although truth is not foreign to him. And this is right here in Al-Khatib al-Baghdadi's Tarikh Baghdad. And it says here, others like Ahmed ibn Hanbal rejected his narrations on all matters related to fiqh. Okay, so fiqh is something completely different to a hadith, or even completely separate to the Surah literature itself. So in terms of legal jurisprudence, it does not accept anything that he has to say in that regard. Al-Zahabi says, conclude that despite his good qualities, any narration solely transmitted through him should probably be considered as containing munkar, i.e. things that should be not accepted, basically. For there is an issue with his memorizing. He added that some imams mentioned him, including Muslim ibn al-Hajjaj, who cited 5 of Ibn Asak's hadith in his Sahih. So some of his, some scholars do view him as having Sahih hadiths. Others say he's Hasan, meaning good. Others, think that he's a modalis, so it might be rejected. If there is a supporting chain, they will accept him. So that's the matter of him on just reading this real quickly. But if you really want to get more in-depth information, you go to islamweb.com, right? It's really in Arabic, to be honest with you. And you put in his name on the biographies, you'll find out more information and see what all of the scholars had to say. So yeah, that's it real quickly for you. Let me mute my mic out and you lot continue.
Well, I'll say this, yeah. What would you say about this, brother Kalam? I feel that Muslims, they should just follow the Quran and go back to the Bible as well for some laws and prophecies and stuff like that. Go back to the gospel, What do you think about that, brother? And just put down the hadiths. Would that be better?
If only, my friend. If only.
Yeah, if only. If they could have done that, like, to be honest with you, the Quran, I know a lot of people are gonna complain and say, no, Kalam, you're wrong. The Quran by itself, yeah, is actually fine. Once you read it within inside of its historical and geographical context, right? It's completely fine. But the problem really does lie in the hadiths. That's where the problem tends to lie. And then after the hadiths, you'll find it within inside of, hadith scholars. They're the ones who are compiling it based upon fiqh, i.e. jurisprudence, and they're giving their own, they're really putting the hadiths together to shape your mind to think a certain way. So they're already controlling your mind already. So if you just did away with all of that and just stuck with the Quran and just gone back to your Bibles and whatever else, then nobody will have a problem with you, Nobody will have a problem with Islam, trust me. There's nothing really wrong with this. It's saying exactly the same. I'm saying the Quran, right, by the way, okay? But the Quran is saying near enough exactly as what, Judeo-Christians thought of the 7th century and before that was thinking and saying. So, yeah, that's it.
Because I feel like mathematically, especially people would be better off, especially the black race would be better off just dealing with Sunni Islam at this stage, looking for finding the God in man and meditating and other things, what I mean, similar to the Buddhist way of living and not trying to seek fame and stuff like that. I think that would be better. I feel like, because I wanted to speak to you know, Christian Prince if he was here, because you know, we have to look at things, and I know he likes to bang on Islam all the time, but if you look at things holistically, right? If you look at things holistically, and when we let Christianity is doing a lot of wrong on this planet. And when you put out the map of the planet, the map of the world as well, we see that Christianity exists in most capitalist countries and they ain't doing nothing for the people. You know, so you know, but you will find Islam in a third world country, and the people will be happy. You know, the people keep to their culture and that. Probably less crime than over here. I'm not saying that it's perfect. Nothing's perfect in that sense, but it's little crime, little rape, and you know, the certain things that go on out here, it don't go on out there. You know.
I hear you.
Go on, my brother.
My brother, hold on, real quickly though. Like your voice is now starting to ring bells in my head. Like I know you somewhere. I know you. Do I know you, my brother?
Brother, I know you because I've been watching your show for years. So you know. So
your voice sounds familiar. You sure you're not from South?
I'm from South though. That's right. I'm from South London.
Brother, I swear we spoke before, and you do some like podcast shows and stuff with the Americans. No, that's not you.
No.
No, okay. Your voice sounds familiar, man. All right, cool. Say no. All right, you lot, open it up, man. Open it up. I'm gonna go to the comment section right now. All you gotta do is quickly tag Titans TV. Sophia Film says inviting CP for round 2 would be amazing. Titans TV says, can you make a video related to the chronology of the earliest Quran and Masjid Aqsa compared to Mecca and the true holy land, which was Aqsa? Historically and geographically, it's incorrect. Listen, it sounds like you really got it on point, fam. Like you don't need me to make a show on that. I think you just need to come on Titans TV and present your information. Passy XX says 9:14 is the biggest problem in the Quran. Dun dun dun. John McDermott says man's interpretation. Yeah, buddy. All right. So let me quickly go and see if there's any more. Okay, hold on. CP versus Go Live Media. Really? I can arrange that, you know. There isn't any conversation to be had. Oh no, that would have been good though. That would be really fun. Go Live Media Speakers Corner. This channel is very kind and mild towards Islam. I disagree with Times TV. He thinks chocolate Muslims are following Islam and also Shia. I think radicals follow it. You know what? I know where you're coming from, my brother. I do know where you're coming from. You know, and I'll say to you that, you know.
Yo, sorry, Kalam. Let me quickly ask you something. Where did that terminology of chocolate Islam come from?
I don't know. I've usually heard chocolate Muslims. I've been hearing it recently, but I don't know where it came from.
Yeah, I've heard it recently as well. And do you know what? I think if somebody who weren't a Muslim was to say that, all hell would break loose. So for a Muslim to say that to another Muslim, I find that extraordinary.
Indeed. I was going to say to you, if you listen to Raza today, I think you would find out that Raza thinks exactly the same way you think, but not in the absolutist way. Meaning, and I'm talking to Takia right now, talking about Muslims are following Islam. Like the radical Muslims are the ones that are following Islam. I think he would agree with you that these radicals, he would say from the Sunni sect that's following after people like Yazid, are the ones that ISIS are modeling themselves after, and they're following it to the T. There is something in the Quran, sorry, not the Quran, the Hadith that talks about the Khawarij, and it talks about them being the dogs of the hellfire. They can, you know, they'll be the ones that reciting, you know, the Quran in perfect tajweed. They're the ones that would be, you know, doing the most rakah, doing the most prostrations, doing the most sujud, doing everything. You'll start seeing the marks on their heads, all sorts, right? They'll practice their religion more than you, right? But guess what? Their heart is so far away from it. They're just doing the external things, right? And that's the problem. So yeah, you are right. These radicals are following Sunni Islam to the T, all right? And they're following their Bukhari books and so forth to the absolute T. But then other Muslims will argue and tell you that this is not what Islam is supposed to be about.
Absolutely, bro. When we're going into the history, you won't find Sunniism on the map. You see what I'm saying? You won't see it. When we go back to when the Moors that went to what you call it, that went to Spain, those Muslims, those brothers there, they were first black. Those were the first Moors that came to Spain were black. They were black Moors, but they lost power in under 100 years. They were the Umayyads. Then when the Abbasids came in, they were a pale Arab sect of Islam. You see what I'm saying? And then, because when we was running things, the black Muslims, I would say they were, you could class them, most people, scholars would say that they're more Shia side, but I would say from the way they move, I would say that they're more Sunnis. So you could go with both. You know what I mean?
Strange, because I would have said they were Sufis.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I would say that they're Sufis, but when you read more, like when you read most scholarly work, like they would tell you that they were Shiites. You know what I mean? It's most when some scholarly works that I've seen, they've said to me, "Right, these people, bro, the Umayyads, they were what you call it? They were Shia in it." So,
but the Moors were Sufis, were they not?
well, the first lot.
Yeah, the first lot. Yeah,
the first lot. You see what I'm saying? The Umayyads were, but then the Abbasids came in. Those were, I would say that they're Shiites.
Well, I would have said they were
But
more.
they didn't. They
Sunni.
adhered to certain things that we dealt with. Like they didn't force everyone by the sword to deal with Islam. They weren't like, they didn't make you force you by the sword, because that was something that we already set up in there. Plus they were getting on with the Jews. They had a good, remember that the Jews helped the Umayyads come in. So that's why helped the Abbasids come in and take the Umayyads. So that's why they didn't bother challenging or making everyone submit to their religion. You see what I'm saying? And the Jews being sector, you know, they're being racist as they are in their book, right? They don't want to, they like integrated society so they can know which ones are there. So in that time, when you read in the stories and in the books and stuff, right, obviously the Jews, they like everyone to have their own little thing because they're the chosen people. They don't want to dilute up and you know, the Bible says, you know, if you're coming from an Israel's perspective, that you're the chosen one, and you know, you don't want to be mixing your blood with other bloodlines. You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying that it was the Jews helped them defeat the to get rid of the Umayyads. Because, you know, we wouldn't do certain, like how the Jews, they started banks in Europe in that time, from the 1500s down to the well, from even earlier, maybe up the 10th century, they starting banks, and they were making people pay interest on their loans. But obviously, if the Umayyad stayed in, then they wouldn't have made people pay back the loans. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
All right, let me just jump in real quickly and say this, right? If you guys are having problems with joining via the link, okay, all you have to do is drop your email address in the chat section right now. As soon as you drop it, I'm going to be able to pick it up, put it inside, and add you onto the show, and you'll come on immediately, okay? And then afterwards, you could just delete your email address, like put it up. There you go. I've got you, my brother. Let me just, oh, sugar, let me stop. Here we go. The first person to put it up. All right. Cool. Dante, you can delete it now. Perfect. All right. I got it. So now you shall be added. Why didn't it allow me to add you? Hold on, sir. Hold on. For some reason, it's not allowing me to add you, you know. So what?
Probably been blocked before, no?
Nice. It's a mad thing. Okay. All right. Anyways, some of the Moors had their own spiritual beliefs. Not all of them were Muslims. Yeah, nice one, Kalam. All right, cool. So, yeah. Sorry, you lot, Karen's speaking. Let me try to add this rather.
Can we get a witness to speak? Witness, you want to try to say something?
It's all well and good talking about the Muslims coming into Spain, but has anyone forgotten that there were actually people there who were conquered by the Muslims? Maybe they didn't actually want the Muslims there in the first place. I mean, they like to talk about what they call the Reconquista, when the Christians finally retook their lands and kicked out the final Muslim kingdom in 1492 Granada, and kicked out all the Muslims. So I think we should remember that when the Muslims were there, they were actually ruling over people in Portugal and Spain who didn't actually want to be ruled by the Muslims.
Well, did you want to say something? I think I heard a sisterly voice.
Hello, it's me, Trevina.
Go on, if you want to say something, I'd like to come back again to what the brother just said. When you're finished, though, sister, go on.
Yeah, I was just on another channel called Beyond Black and White. Does anyone know this idiot from America? She's so irritating. She's got a white man, and she keeps going on about it. Her whole YouTube channel's about having a white man.
That's my girlfriend, man. Don't talk about her like that.
Seriously, she needs help. She spends all day cussing black men because she's not normal.
I don't know who that is.
I was on there just chatting, cussing her, but she's saying, "Oh, she's calling black love struggle love," and
leave that in that chat, and let's deal with this chat. Don't worry about it. Forget about that.
Yeah, but she just needs help. Anyway, as you guys were talking about the Moors, weren't you?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, yeah. From what I know, my history says that they were all over Portugal and Spain. And if you look at Portuguese people, heavy mixing going on there.
In terms of what? In terms of what?
Racially, even the white people there are very much mixed with blacks.
Well, that's now. I don't know about back in the day.
It's the Moorish gene. Basically, the Moors dominated that part of the world, and the Moors are Africans. They're from North Africa, so their version of Islam is not like the one we see in the Middle East. And there were also Christian Moors. This is what a lot of people don't know, that there were Christian Moors also existed. And yeah, so there was Christian Moors and there was Muslim Moors, but they were very black people. And Portugal and Spain was their territory. There was a lot of them, and they were not Middle Eastern people. They didn't look like Ottoman Turks. They were 100% African, and a lot of their descendants, basically, when the whole European countries, they united and they said, we need to deal with this Moor problem. So they all united and they defeated the Moorish Empire in Europe. And what do they do with them? They sold them off to America, Brazil. A lot of them are in Brazil, Caribbean. And yeah, a lot of that just generally happens, but it's not really on the history. You don't really learn about it, but that's an actual fact. They sold them in huge masses, or a lot of them also went back to Africa while they were being escaped. Well, they escaped after the massive war, because there was a massive war. So yeah, they drove them out of Europe, but that history is very much hidden and not really talked about.
I would prescribe a book for everybody, the Jews and Moors of Spain. What you gotta understand, sister, the main beef with it all, right, was the commerce. The Jews were side by side with the Moors, yes, but the Moors were the ones who had the military. They were the military, and then the Jews, sister, hold on, and then the Jews, they had the commerce because they cared more about, they cared more about industry and money and stuff like that. See what I'm saying? That's why the Christians, they got rid of, if you look at the complaints, why the Christians in that land got mad with the Jews was because they controlled everything economically. You see what I'm saying? Because they were doing weddings. Say, for example, they would do a wedding, and they would do weddings for Catholics, Christians, and and Muslims. So they were trying to monopolize too much, the money, the commerce. That was the problem. That's what the Jewish kingdom had beef. That's what the Isabella, the Castile, and the Aragon
The
Empire.
Black Royal,
That's what they came. Remember, back in the day, they had beef. The Castiles were the ones who were asked, who were Christians. They're the ones who asked the Moors to come over to defeat the Aragons, because Roderick was an Aragon.
Yeah.
You're not.
So
Hold on, let me get other people in who haven't had a say so far. All right, so we've got Dante. Peace to you, King. Let me know what's good with you.
Yo, what's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. So I want to talk about the guy was talking about how everyone should be Sunni. And I'm thinking, hold on, that's feeding to the hands of our oppressor. You know, we've got Nation Islam, we've got the Shia sect, we've got the Sunni, we've got another one called Ibad, something like that. And I'm thinking, all these branches of Islam have a hand to play in, but the problem is, the most vocal one is the Sunni, especially the Salafi. And I've got nothing wrong with them, but the problem is, what they're preaching ain't good for no one.
Well, it depends which ones you're talking about, bro. I would say the NOI teachings and the Sufi teachings. Those are the only Islam that can free our people, black people. Those are the only teachings that can free our people in this time.
Yeah, but remember,
Right now.
I think we got cross-wired because I know he said Sunni at the time, but I don't think he meant Sunni.
No, I meant Sufi, innit? I mean Sufism and the NOI teaching. Sorry about that.
But you gotta understand, there's plenty of Salafis, different types of Salafis. You got the jihadi ones, the Madkhali ones.
I'm talking about my brothers and sisters from Senegambia, and you've got a different prophet over there, so we don't really deal with, because I follow the African, the Senegambia version. I don't, I give peace be upon him, Muhammad, but that ain't on my mind. My prophet is Sheikh Amadou Bamba. He fought against the Europeans, fought off the Europeans in that region, even though Senegal ain't a free country though. But you know what I'm saying, because of his fight, and he started a little a knighthood, a brotherhood, while he was sneaking and doing things to fight against the French that was coming in there. So that's
so this guy, the Sheikh,
this time, or Elijah Muhammad. Go on.
What's the Sheikh's name again? Sorry.
Sheikh Amadou Bamba.
Oh, okay. So he has like a new religion, you're saying? Like,
it ain't no new religion. It's just that the brothers and sisters in Senegambia, right? Senegal region, that's who we would say that's our prophet, peace be upon him. Sheikh Amadou Bamba is a black man.
Right.
And he fought against European powers. And I'm saying that we should be able to, our people should know. A lot of our people don't know them stories of that brother and his trials and tribulations against the French.
Right. Okay. I mean,
in the late 18th century. Go on, bro.
So that Mr. Bamba, gentlemen, so you venerate him as a messenger, as a prophet, or what's the deal?
I mean, he's a prophet, brother. You see, this is the thing why I say the Bible and the Quran. Because really and truly, the Gospels, when people are dealing with Christianity, right, what they should be dealing with, how to live, they should be trying to live like Jesus. And that's the problem, because not a lot of them are, in terms of love my brother, right? And love my neighbor, love thy neighbor.
You guys consider your brother,
right? If I'm just saying how a man should be living, right?
Right. But do you guys call yourselves Muslims then?
Man, I'm a Muslim, brother. I deal with Islam. I deal with peace, brother. My only religion is to treat people the way I want to be treated, though, brother. So it's not really. I would say I'm not no religious thing. This is just a discipline that I follow.
So my point is right then.
Just a discipline that I follow, brother.
Right. But the thing is, what mainstream Muslims say about that, right? Like, they wouldn't consider you like an actual Orthodox Muslim.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
They ain't gonna be allowed up in Mecca. I understand they ain't gonna be allowed up in Mecca.
Right.
They're trying to hide the truth in that. But you know what I mean?
That's what I'm trying to
even in Tuba, that's where man will do their pilgrimage. If you deal with that our type of Sufism that's coming from the Senegal coast, Senegambia region, from the Great Zambezi, aka Africa.
Right. No, I consider Sufis Muslim, but the thing is, you're saying you believe in another prophet, right? That mainstream Muslims would say that would make you not a Muslim any longer, right?
Well, listen, what do you gotta understand? And I feel like when I speak to an Indian or Pakistan Muslim, and we get into it, I make them understand my position. You understand why I've taken this position? Because Muhammad, he wasn't in Africa. He never went to Africa.
He did go
go
to
and try and see. He didn't go. He didn't go. Talking about armies, or we talking about Muhammad himself, the prophet? Are you saying that Muhammad, the prophet, peace be upon him, he went all over Africa?
He's an African man. He's a black man. This is another historical thing where they lie to you. Muhammad, his seed line comes from Africa. He's a black man.
But sister, he was defending the Mecca. Sister, he was defending the Mecca region.
The Southern Arabia was a black region. We Ethiopians ruled over.
I understand that, sister. I do understand that.
What happened with white supremacy? Like they took over the religion, they took over Christianity, they took over Islam, and they whitewashed it all. And now it's become like a political thing where they are the rulers of the religion. I mean, and it's true. It's annoying. Like they decide what is real. How can they decide what is the correct way when originally they were the last people on earth to change the religion? So,
no, but he was from Arabia. He wasn't from Africa. I mean, that's
his seed line is from Africa.
Yeah, he's Habitcher.
Look, even the
messenger. I just wanted to tell you something. There was a time in Muhammad's history when he had to flee from persecution from the ruling Quraysh tribe of Mecca. So he went to Abyssinia, to the Christian kingdom of Aksum. And he was over there for a while, and he was actually given sanctuary there. So he stayed there with the Sahaba.
Exactly. They always run away to Africa when they
he was there. So he actually did come to Africa.
Brother. He was trying to uplift the Mecca region, that region. He weren't trying to uplift Africa, brother. He may have came to Africa. He came and got help from a man like Bilal. He was a Christian, Muslim. I'm a Christian, brother. You see what I'm saying? I'm saying that the reason why the Muslims, even those the black Muslims and the black Christians, why we used to get on, because we accept that the way to live of Jesus Christ, love my brother, right? I'm saying the teachings of Jesus, just the teachings of Jesus, how to live. That's what you're meant to do, is follow the way the man live, right? And I'm saying them teachings alone, I'm going to go into the teachings now, which is love my brother, right? I'm going into the main ones. Love my brother. What do you call it? Love my brother. Love my enemy. Forgiveness. Right? Charity. And question authority. And that's what's missing from a lot of Christians today.
Sorry, which chapters and verses are you actually quoting from the Bible?
I'm not quoting no verses, brother. I'm
Romans 12 and Romans 13.
Brother, I'm just
No, you clearly quoted Romans chapter 12 and Romans chapter 13 word for word.
Okay, brother, I might have quoted it word for word, but I wasn't trying to quote scripture, brother. I wasn't trying to quote
let me just say something.
I wasn't trying to quote the gospel. I was just speaking from the heart, brother, from the mind.
Right. Yeah, I just want to say something. You guys claim that the Prophet Muhammad was African.
Yes, Orthodox like all the prophets, like Jesus, like Muhammad.
No, I don't think he was an African. I think he was clearly white, probably ginger hair.
No, he did not have ginger hair. Oh my God!
Prophet Muhammad was a white man, and you can see it in Sahih Bukhari. I can quote more than 10 verses to prove that Prophet Muhammad was a white man.
He was white. Yeah, he was fair skinned. Yes.
He was not fair skinned.
He wasn't a Caucasian.
Yes, he was fair skinned.
European Caucasian.
Okay, that's your follower from.
But
the majority of the Islamic world agree with me. They don't agree with you.
Islamic world, as in which region?
I agree with her.
Sunnis. The whole Sunnis agree that Prophet Muhammad was not a black African man.
He was a black African.
Sister, I would say that he has black in him.
We don't have to make everybody black.
The original Arabs were black.
I very much doubt that.
You know what?
Make everybody black.
The original Arabs are more like Yemenis today.
So they
Why do we have to make everybody black?
How dark they are, the Yemeni. They're dark.
So what study did you take that out
Yemen
from?
part of that beast was part of
What
Ethiopia.
study that says that the original Arabs were black? What study? What
Do you know how
university?
many-
What
do you know how
tests were
many
done?
Well,
Arabia-
brother, I can give you some
how near it is.
excerpts for that, brother. I can
Okay,
give you some.
let me just say
What
it to you.
university? What study was this carried out by?
I'm just going to my book, brother.
You
can
don't
go
know
to-
it from the
let
top
me-
of your
Let
head.
me tell you the book, brother. Let me tell you.
You don't want the sources now?
I'm gonna give you some source. I'm gonna give you a book. And
Yeah,
there's
come on, click the sources, guys. Come on,
Hey,
chill.
hey. You see, I'm gonna give you.
You don't know?
I'm gonna give
No. I'm asking you. Don't you know it from the top of your head, like a scientist's name?
I
You
never
don't know
said
it from
that.
the top of your head.
I was just saying right just before it came from my head. I'm just went to a book, and I'm just gonna say the book that I'm gonna say right now, brother. Hold on. Hold on, brother.
You're giving me a book.
I'm gonna give you right now. Hold on.
You don't want to
I'm gonna give you right now.
Who wrote this book? What qualifications does he have? Is it just like a noble?
First is Muslim. Yeah, Islam came from black people, right? I'm just gonna say that I know that brother Kalam will vouch for this book, brother. And this book will give you all you need, brother.
I don't care what brother Kalam said. Brother Kalam is not Islam.
Before I just quote this book, brother, because it ain't no point in me saying the book, and I need Kalam's backup because you.
I don't want the book. I want the man and his qualifications.
Come on, Kalam, are you there, brother? Let me. If I want to drop this book, yeah, rather Kalam, I need his.
I don't care about that. I'm talking to you. Do you have the name of the guy and the qualifications in what uni he went to? That's what I want. I don't want a name of a random book. You think I want to read the book that you just tell me? Come on, bro.
Okay. Well,
qualifications, does his name hold weight? Who is this brother?
Okay, Wesley Muhammad. Yeah, PhD, Black Arabia and the origin of Islam. There's
his name is Wesley Muhammad, yeah?
Wesley Muhammad. There's hundreds.
Hold on. Wesley Muhammad. That's Elijah Muhammad's son, no?
Bro.
Let me check Wesley Muhammad out now.
Is that Elijah Muhammad's son?
No.
They ain't Elijah Muhammad's son, brother. He's just a member. He's just a follower of it.
Yo, family,
Okay.
can we get one? Sorry.
Hey, Kalam, can you vouch for this book, brother, for me, please?
Yeah,
Can you vouch for this when I say the name of this book? Because this brother's trying to question who Wesley Muhammad is, PhD, Black Arabia, and the African origin of Islam. And what we're trying to prove is that that Islam came from black people. Yeah. So do you vouch for that book, that there is enough sources and he is qualified to have done this book, brother?
Yeah. So yeah, Wesley Muhammad definitely is a scholar. He definitely is somebody who is reputable. He definitely does have his degrees. His work is pretty good. It can be, it is open. It has been opened up for criticism and dissecting. And if you go onto his website, he does have updated stuff. I think it's called, I can't remember actually. Let me not even say the name of his website. But if you just type in Wesley Muhammad and anything like that, you will find his works online.
Okay, cool. Kalam, so I got a question.
When was he born?
He's alive right now, so he's
alive right now.
Right.
So I'm supposed to take his word more than the Sahaba, more than the companions of Muhammad.
There's enough references, brother. There's enough references, brother.
Your mic's closed, right? You asked him for a scholar. You asked him for somebody who has got qualifications and so forth.
All right.
Sorry, let me stop you. Stop talking. Right? If you go over to a Sahaba, no Sahaba has a qualification. Muhammad was supposedly an illiterate. None of them have qualifications, let alone a degree. The person or the scholar that he's put forward.
We're talking about the skin color of the man. The people that were around him would obviously.
Brother. Just like mute your mic, fam. Like only one person at a time. Everybody gets the opportunity to speak. There's rules on time.
You're misquoting me. What do you mean? You're misquoting what I'm saying. What do you mean everyone gets an opportunity?
Yeah, everybody gets an opportunity to speak. Just keep your
mic. Don't misquote what I'm saying.
All right. So
chill, bro, chill.
So yeah, let's get the brother to actually read out whatever you've got to prove. Messenger, let's hear what you have, and then afterwards let everybody dissect it. And
no, brother. What the argument was, right? Was he was trying to say you can't show me a book and show me some books with that teaches that because the sister was bringing up how the first Muslims were black and that.
I'm talking about Muhammad's skin color. Stop trying to put words in my mouth and stop trying to change what I'm originally saying.
Okay, what is skin? I didn't know that you were saying that. I didn't know that.
I'm speaking about Prophet Muhammad's skin color.
Chill, bro. Chill.
You know what's happened, brother Kalam? What's happened, right? Is because everyone's talking over each other. I've caught a little bit. Yeah, all I know is that if you read most books, yeah, you'll find that his mother was mixed race. She was mixed black, his mother. But I don't know about him being full black. I know he had a quarter black.
Yeah, his foster mother was half Ethiopian. His foster mother, not his real mother though.
Right.
Yeah. Actually, no, his foster mother was fully.
But his skin color, yeah, he was white. You know, he was a pale Arab.
Right. Yeah, like the rest.
No. Everyone here on this call said that he was a black man. Now I'm going to provide the evidence that he was pale, white.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm trying to backtrack now because you're shook.
I remember you. You got kicked off Takia. Watch his channel yesterday.
So what? What are you going to do about it? So what?
Like a dickhead, yeah.
So what? Your mother's a fucking dickhead.
Yo, relax, bro. This is academic discussion.
You're gonna be here trying to call man a dickhead and stuff like that. You waste man.
Keyboard warrior, keep sharp.
I think.
Shut your mouth about keyboard warrior. How dare you call me stupid?
Keyboard warrior, shut up.
Listen.
Shut your mouth, you prick.
How dare you call me stupid? I think Kalam. I think he wants MMA match. Shut your mouth, prick.
I'm gonna do this right now. Yeah. Keep quiet. Everybody, keep your mics muted, right? Because right about now, I'm trying to just like relax out. Okay, if I get any more of these interruptions and these swearings and all this nonsense, keep your mics muted, family. Allow me today, family. Please allow me. Keep your mics muted, all right? Because I'm doing these shows here for you guys. I'm all right to just go and eat some food, chill, join my brother, gain knowledge, and watch some, Daredevil and just relax. I'm putting in this time and effort and energy for you guys, for nothing else, right? I'm not getting paid to do this. This is for you guys. Time that could be spending with my family, I'm spending it with you guys. You don't carry on to being rude, fam. I got no need to be here with you guys. I'd rather spend time with my family, eat some food, drink some drink, catch some jokes. But here, I'm trying to do this for you guys. All right? So again, like we have 3 rules. Number 1, keep your mics muted at all times. Rule number 2, respect each other's cipher. Rule number 3, okay, is no ad hominems and no swearing. As you can clearly see, once you start with an ad hominem, it can go into some swearing and it can go into a whole heated argument and so forth. We're not trying to be quarreling like little children, right? Let's step away from that. All right. So let's get back into the argumentation. I want to know from, keep your mics muted, right? I'll give you guys the instructions of how to get my attention, all right? I want to know, does any of you guys have any receipts, i.e. any evidence?
Yes, I do. I posted it in the back chat right now.
Hold on, okay? Because I'm pretty sure, the brother Christian Malik, yeah, he's definitely gonna have loads of things, okay, from the Hadiths showing that Muhammad was a white man, right? So does anybody on here have any literature, any Hadith that says Muhammad was a dark-skinned man, brown-skinned man, black-skinned man, whatever it is? He was an African.
Yes. So the only Hadith.
So hold on, don't unmute your mic. I've told you, I'm giving you guys how to do it, right? I've asked a specific question. So if you unmuted your mic and you're not telling me how Muhammad was black, right? There's no need for you to be on the panel. So listen to instructions, all right? So can anybody do that? And the way to get my attention right now is to mute your mic, unmute your mic a couple of times so I know who to open up to speak. Jarina.
What's up?
You unmuted your mic. Did you have the answer to the question?
Oh, you wanted proof?
Yes.
I read it a long time ago somewhere, but like there's something about his lineage coming from.
So no,
begins with a K. There's a tribe.
Okay.
That's the only.
So you don't have any evidence to bring right now, do you?
Not on top of my head.
Right. Just mute out your mic for me real quickly. All right. So we've got the messenger. All right.
I was just gonna.
Do you have any evidence that you can show right now that Muhammad was either dark skin, brown skin, black skin, or came from African heritage?
No, I believe the only sources from the sources that I've seen, from the many sources, all I could prove, the only thing that I could say is that his mother was mixed race, mixed Ethiopian, as the brother said earlier on. And
Do you have any sources for that?
the sources you could get, you could read the truth about Islam, the hidden truth of Islam, a book by Oleg, some German German doctor.
Yeah.
And again, Black Arabia and the origin of Islam, because as you know, he's got all the sources for everything in that book. He's got hundreds of sources for you to go back to in real time.
So
you know.
this I'm gonna get you guys to meet your mics again, right? So
But I was gonna say this though, Kalam. I know that people might think that because of J.R. Rogers' works. Well, you gotta understand, not to say that the brother was bad or wrong, but he would put people in his book based upon them having maybe just even if as long as they had a little bit of black in them, he would put them in his book, like the history, he's got the book, the Great Men of Color, volume 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think Muhammad's in there, so that's why people go around saying that. Because I think, and you got Queen of Sheba and Cleopatra in there, but they're not full black.
All right, say that. When you get guys to meet your mic.
Can I just say respond to that?
No, I haven't invited nobody to respond to anything right now. All right, so family, you lot been tuning in. Got over 220 people tuned in right now. I would love for you guys to actually hit the like button and show some type of love and gratitude that we're actually here trying to kick some knowledge with you guys, right? Yeah, help us to reach different audience members so they can have and enjoy the show alongside with us. All right, so now what I want to say to you guys is this, yeah, especially on Titans TV, we have the ability to share our screens, we have the ability to show our sources, and this is what I'm trying to kind of inculcate into you guys, right? Is to provide your evidence if you're truthful. Every single time when you're speaking, you're making a claim, just be ready and prepared to back it up, right? You have somebody like Takia. This is why I like Takia. I love Takia, right? You have somebody like Takia Watch. When he comes on any show, he's already ready with like a presentation, yeah, like near every single time, to show statistics, to show whatever he's got, whatever he's talking about. I want us to get to that level, get to that stage, that anytime we make a claim, we actually have the evidence to hand to show and tell. All right. Now I'm going to invite my brother Mahed on. Go ahead.
Yo, Kalam.
Yes, sir. All right. So yeah, the brother said the mother was half Ethiopian. I just want to correct. It was the foster mother, not the actual blood mother. Her name was, the foster mother was Ayman. She was Ethiopian. So yeah, that's what I just want to correct that man for that, and that's pretty much it.
All right, give thanks. All right, Buddha, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you've asked the two people to present their evidence. I believe Christian's got his evidence, so it's only fair that he presents his, no?
Yeah, if he wants to present, why not?
Right. I presented 5 different sources. I don't go by what people say. I try to go by the closest time to the Prophet, and I see many hadiths here, which I posted on a back chat. I'm not able to screen share because I'm on an Android right now, but it talks about the whiteness of his cheeks. It talks about the whiteness of his armpits, talks about the whiteness of his forearms, talks about the whiteness of his thigh, talks about the whiteness of his shins, talks about the whiteness of his leg, talks about the whiteness of his face. And when people walked up to the followers of the Prophet, they said, "Where is the Prophet?" And they would reply, "The Prophet is that white man with the pale face leaning on his white arm." So through these sources, that's where I get the understanding that Muhammad, I'm not saying he was like David Beckham, blonde hair, blue eyes. It could be like a pale Arab, but these sources show that the man is pale. If any of you guys on the panel have any sources that show that Muhammad was in fact dark-skinned, let's go ahead and prove it. But then we're going to have to compare the hadiths and the reliability of them.
All right, let me kind of jump in there. I think I've made this point before. Shamsi at the park, do we consider him a black person?
No.
Okay, no. Callum, what do you reckon?
He's an African.
Would you classify him as black though? Would you say he's a black brother?
Sometimes again, like I realize the meaning of black, so you have to help me. What do you mean, black? He's African.
Yes. So he's Afrocentric features. Yeah. So he has some of those features. Is that correct?
Yeah.
He's black.
I would go so far as to say he's black.
If a crime happened and you have to drop a report, you're not going to say, "Oh yeah, a black." Imagine if Shamsi's fighting. You're not going to say, "Oh yeah, I saw a black man fighting," or "A black man done this." You're not going to say a black man, are you?
Okay, so I think you're right in what you're saying, but I think some people, as we've just seen here, would define Shamsi as maybe a black person or a person of African heritage. I think there is a possibility that people may make the same assumptions about the Prophet. Possibly. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I heard him say he has Arab ancestors.
You know, Buddha, you're spot on there, man. Hang on.
Who's Shem?
Shem?
Did you say Shem? Who's that?
Shamsi.
Shamsi, the pale Arab with curly hair.
Say Shem. Who's that? Shamsi. I don't know who Shamsi is. Who's that?
Oh, very light-skinned black man. A very light-skinned black man.
Where does he live? Who is he? Is he famous?
He's from Africa. He's Algerian.
From Speaker's Corner.
Oh, one of them lot. Okay.
Yeah, light-skinned. Like a Barack Obama, light-skinned.
Okay.
If you come down to Mozambique, he's not one of our races. He's not one of our people. He will never be accepted into Kenya. He's a completely different race. I hope you guys understand that. Most of the people here didn't even touch their foot in Africa. But I see you guys speaking about it every single day.
100%.
So, to me, I'm curious. Like, how do you think Shamsi self-identifies?
He will most likely say he's an Arab from North Africa.
He will identify himself as a Muslim.
If he's from Algeria or Morocco, he will say he's an African. They're very proud Africans.
Yeah,
he will say he's Arab 100%.
Algerian. He's proud to be Algerian. He's even proud to even have a Caribbean wife and to eat Caribbean food. That's the type of brother Shamsi is. He's Algerian. I have yet to hear him say that he's Arab.
Algeria from 1,000 years ago and Algeria today is completely different races. What do you mean he's Algerian?
That's what
people migrate.
That's what the brother self-identifies as. He's Algerian. Algeria is.
So if the whole of China moves into Africa, we can call the Chinese Africans.
They will not move to Africa.
I'm just saying the Arabs moved into Africa and we're calling them Africans. So if the Chinese move into Kenya, we're going to call the Chinese Africans.
No.
Right. Well, we're speaking about prophets and the skin color. The only prophets that we can actually prove were black was Moses and Adam. We actually have proof for this in the Quran and the Hadith. These are the only two prophets that we can actually say were black.
See, I'm not sure about that, brother. That's what I'm saying.
What I don't understand is the lineage that Muhammad comes from. What lineage is that?
Sorry? He comes from the line of Ishmael.
Ishmael's half Egyptian and half Hebrew.
Right.
He comes from that language,
yeah?
Yes, sir.
Well, that explains it all then.
And Egyptians then were very black.
But the Greeks have been breeding with the Egyptians, and the Greeks have been turning Egypt white. The Greeks have been turning the whole Middle East white. What makes you think that even after Christianity, after the Byzantine Empire, after the Greek Empire, after the Roman Empire, everyone is still black? It makes no sense.
When did we say North Africans were black? When did anyone say that? When the hell did we say Egypt was black? When? It's not. It's white. It's Roman. It's Greek.
Oh, but Shamsi somehow is black.
When did I claim? I don't even know who Shamsi is.
Well, whoever says that, innit, they're wrong.
He's not black unless they're blind. He's North African.
Hold on a minute. My dad is the same color as Shamsi. You're gonna tell my dad he's not black?
Well, features will probably be different, but we know historically North Africa has been invaded by Goths, it's been invaded by Romans, it's been invaded by all sorts. So they're a mixed race. So I don't know what Christian's point is, really. Not making sense.
Well, we already know.
My point is that the people in Africa, like, there has been so much colonization, so many wars, so many different empires have been there ruling so many thousands of years that it's normal that these areas change color. It's normal that the Algerians, the Moroccans ain't full Africans. Everyone knows that.
Yeah,
it's
because
like
they're not African.
Children know that. Exactly. Like, children know that. So when you look at Shamsi, you can clearly see that he's sort of like, not like watered down, if you get what I'm saying, from the original race that he used to be.
Yeah. I think everyone agrees on the panel, Christian.
People say that Adam was black, right? And they say all the races come from black people. So if that's the case, what is the problem then? If all races come from black people, then what is the problem?
Right. But I was gonna say this, my brother, that we have to look at things holistically. So when we look at things holistically, right, we gotta understand that the reason why Africa's the way it is, right, and the way us black people were so divisive to each other, because we've got different cultures, different ways that we do things. So a Jamaican don't really want to do the same things as a Barbados person, because he says he eats frogs and stuff like that, you know, or a Ghanaian don't want to build with a Congo man, or a Kenya man don't want to build with a Ugandan man. You see what I'm saying? Based upon tribes, innit? You got Nigeria and you got Yoruba and Igbo, and them man, they don't like each other. You see what I'm saying? So,
yeah, that's facts.
So at that time in Arabia, when Muhammad came, right, he was just trying to get everyone together. That's what the teaching of Islam was supposed to that's what he was supposed to do. That's what the teaching was, and that teaching was in that region of the world, because them man, they didn't know about no God, and them man, they were all worshipping idols and that. When people have different cultures and stuff like that, they're gonna be fighting and separated. So by doing that, it was uniting people, because at that time before Muhammad, that whole region, them man, they were savages. Them man, they were killing on each other, all that. You see what I'm saying? There's no doubt that the Jews did help Muhammad based upon it was bad for their trade route. So that's why they helped him, Muhammad, set up Islam. And the Catholics got in on it. What's her name? Dad was a Catholic and she was a wealthy woman, Aisha.
Sorry, that's wrong. You mean you're talking Khadija?
I'm talking about Khadija. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Khadija's uncle was a Christian monk or a monk, something of that sort.
All right, so people are asking for proof about Moses being black. So I'm just going to quote on the proof. It's Musnad Imam Ahmed, Hadith number 3365. And the Prophet said, I saw Moses, and he was a black-skinned man. The Arabic says, وَرَأَيْتُ مُوسَى أَسْهَمْ Adam. Adam in classical Arabic means black or dark-skinned.
Because if we've established that Adam and Eve is black, and all the prophets are black, like I said before, if everything comes from black and these people are our children, then what is the problem? Whether they're white, whether they're Asian, they come from black people.
But we do know that scientifically, a lot of Asians and Europeans have got admixture with other, I think, is it Neanderthals? There is a mixture.
All right, so these people, they don't accept Hadith in the chat, so I'll give them Quran, no problem.
Well, I don't believe in evolution, you know.
No, what we're trying to understand is every story has a beginning. So the beginning of the story, they say it's Adam and Eve, and most people have established that they're black. And then they've established also that the majority of the prophets are also black.
Isn't that great?
All right, so they want Quran. I'll give them chapter 15, verse 26.
So the thing is this, yeah, there is hadith that says that anyone who says that the Prophet Muhammad was black should be killed. Now you have to ask yourself, why would somebody make such a claim unless they were hiding the identity of Muhammad?
according to Orthodox Muslims, the Prophet was a fair-skinned man. That's not even a debate. You can say he was black all you want, but that's not the case. And I'm saying this as an African.
I would say that Moses is black too in the Bible.
Right. Yeah, that's why I go by proof. I don't go by like my nationality just because I'm a black guy. I don't want to, know what I mean?
No, it's not that.
The fact is that he was white. He was a fair-skinned man.
We're trying to establish the truth because Muhammad comes from the lineage of Ishmael. And that's what we're trying to establish. It's not about trying to make things up. We're trying to get to the bottom and the facts of the whole story. Go ahead. Can you drop your verse?
Yeah, so this is about Adam being black. So in the Quran, it's verse 26 from chapter 15. People can look that up if they want. It says, and certainly we did create man out of clay from an altered black mud. So God basically created Adam from black mud, which makes him obviously of a dark skin complexion.
Hi, everyone.
Then the question we have to ask now, Adam and Eve is black, all the prophets are black, so then is God black?
Of course, because Adam was made in the image of God.
No.
God is a spirit.
Oh my God.
Yeah, own up to the facts because Adam was made in the image of God. So God is obviously black. Again, people don't want to believe this, and it's up to them. It's their prerogative. But
Yeah, man was made in the image of God.
This is not an Islamic belief. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
well, before there was light, there was darkness.
That's why I'll always say that the Bible is the poison book, because I feel like, what we don't, the secret of the Bible is that the stories are, it's not in the right order. It's not in its right frame, and it's not
And the Quran stories are in their right order?
No.
I'm talking about the Bible stories, are not in their right order in terms of I'm saying that Jacob should have come before, say, all right, Moses. All right, Jacob should have come way before even should have came. Then should have been Adam and Eve after that. Then we would have got Moses and the others. You see what I'm saying? That the stories are just they're just been rearranged. That's why I call it
Jacob the country or Jacob the man?
The stories.
What are you referring to? Which Jacob are you? Oh, you don't understand.
Talking about the stories and the timeline. The timeline that the Bible's going by things, right? In terms of you've got Genesis coming first. I'm saying that Jacob should have been before Jacob, before Adam and Eve.
That's when
let me stop.
How does that even make sense?
Because yes, what I'm saying, because as we're looking at the Quran's meant to clean it up. But obviously, like I said, most Muslims and Christians, they can't really.
Time. Sorry, family. I want to just make sure that we've got some new people that's joined us. I want to switch it up before I kind of zone out of actually tuning into this. So we get Faith by Grace and then Dogia to quickly come on and say hello. And if you've got a topic that you want to add or question or whatever the case is, quickly drop it whilst I'm still moderating.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you all. Thanks.
No problem. Did you want to say anything to any? Do you want to say anything?
I will jump in.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you.
And we've got Dogia. Go ahead, King.
Hey, what's up? How y'all doing? I joined a few minutes ago. You guys were talking about some stories. So I'm just observing, listening in. I'll probably chime in as, it makes sense.
All right. Who else have we got in here that hasn't spoken? Okay. We've got Nino Brown, and then let me get Buddha. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying, in terms of the Bible, people say, the Bible has been corrupted, but when you really check it, you have to ask yourself, the commandments that Moses received in terms of thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not fornicate, those laws still remain intact. So when people make a claim that the Bible has been corrupted, what exactly are they really talking about?
Nothing.
Well, brother, that's why I was saying. That's why I was stating.
Messenger, hold tight. Let me get some other voices up in here. All right, Buddha, anything that you would like to say?
No, there's nothing I want to add at the moment, but what I would say is just have a bit of decorum and let each person speak and mute the mics and all that kind of thing. Just don't talk over each other because then we can't hear and nobody else can hear.
All right. So I'm going to make you moderator in a hot second because I'm going to go off and just chill. And I'm going to let the show run. So, hold up.
Why me, man? Why me? Get
You're the
get
man.
Christian Malik. Get Christian Malik to be
No,
moderator.
I'm too violent. I'm too violent as it is.
All right, cool. Go on, Cam. Do your thing.
All right. Witness, did you want to say anything?
No. Well, I was, but it seems the discussion is changing anyway. It was about Muhammad's skin color, and I was going to say I thought it was only the message that was important, not his skin color. That's all I was going to say.
I'm with you. All right, Colin. You've been trying to get in for some time now. Shalom to all of New TV. Shalom, King. Yeah, go ahead, Colin. All right, since Colin doesn't want to come in, it's a free for all. All right, but
hello.
Okay, Colin, go ahead.
I don't know. It sounds mad low. Like I can't really hear. That's why.
It might just be me. It might just me being far away from my mic. How is it now?
No, it's everyone, but I don't know. I'll try and make do. But yeah, how's everyone doing?
All good. Let me salute to my.
Right, there's a very simple fix
Miss
for that,
London,
Colin. What you need to do?
Salute to you, Queen. Yeah, I already.
Sorry?
Yeah, I already.
Yeah, all you gotta do is take your mobile phone, stick it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and then take it out, and then you can hear everyone clearly. I'm joking. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, but can I have my say?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to ask here to the black people or the sub-Saharan African people on the planet. Why do we always try to attach ourselves to other people's culture? Why do we always try and like see ourselves through the lens of like the Abrahamic religions? These things have absolutely nothing to do with you. Now, it's not for me to tell anyone what religion they should take on, but why do you always have to justify like accepting these religions by putting yourself in it when you know it's nothing to do with us? Like we have our own ethnic groups who have our own.
We just established that everyone
like
black,
totally
Adam and Eve comes from Africa. Why not?
So, wait, like, can you not interrupt me, please? We have our own traditions, a lot of which predate these Abrahamic religions, and they like tell the history of our own people. And then now you're telling me about Adam and Eve. Like, what's that got to do with a man in sub-Saharan Africa?
Could you name some of these?
When he has his own tradition, which tells his own origin and his own mythology. It's like I don't know. Maybe because a lot of like negative things are being projected upon us. Like it's like we're trying to like push back against it by like it's like because there's a points in history where black people were excluded from these
Could you let us know these religions?
So it's like now that it's not, you're not excluded anymore.
So what African religion would you suggest for us to follow then?
Yeah,
so which African religion would you suggest for us to follow then?
I mean, it's not for me to suggest to you to follow.
I don't think you know any
religion. However, sorry,
why are we following these religions? So tell us what we need to follow them.
Sorry?
You just told us, why are you Africans following these Abrahamic faiths? And you said you had plenty of religions that are better. So why don't you let us know?
I didn't say that. First of all, I said you have your own. So follow your own.
So which ones are they?
Which ones are they?
Which ones are they? Where are you from?
I'm from the Bantu tribe, Mozambique area.
So do you not have? Does your ethnic group not have your own tradition?
Yeah, when I trace it all the way back, they're Hebrew Israelites.
Okay, I think are you a comedian?
No. When you look at the Bantu,
you just told me you're Bantu.
Bro, listen to what I'm saying. When you look, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. When you trace back and you go back to the Bantu tribe, the majority of them were original Jews.
Okay, wait. First,
I don't.
There's no such thing as an original Jew. What are you talking about?
Bantus
they had the beliefs and they kept the everything that the Torah says.
Okay, if you want to, why can't you just say that you want to be a Jew? Why do you have to say, oh, we were the original?
No, when I trace it back, that's the furthest I can go to. That's what they believed in.
So you're saying so how far back does the Judaism go?
But if I go, wait, but that's the understanding that I can get when I go. But if I go even like 10,000 years, I have no clue what they used to believe. So it's impossible for any of us here to follow what our actual area used to follow. If we trace it all the way back, because you're saying the original, what we used to believe, if we trace it all the way back like 10,000 BC, what are we going to know? Like, we don't know the Mayan religion, like the Mexicans, for example.
I want to ask the brother something. Wasn't asked how when did they stop black people? When did because I'm thinking you're talking about the devil. I mean, you're talking about the European, right? So you're saying, when did they
and Islam
stop us from dealing with any Christianity or religion?
During the period of enslavement, initially they didn't want the slaves to convert to be Christian initially, because they had laws. Because they had laws saying that you couldn't enslave another Christian, which incidentally is one of the main reasons why Christianity is so popular in the diaspora. Because one of the main reasons why people were converting to Christianity is to get their freedom. So initially, when for the enslavement of people in the Americas, they didn't want them to convert to Christianity.
That's if you lived in the north. If you ran off a free slave, you'd have to deal with. But
So how about
I would say
this
though. Can I just say something, brother?
How about the Africans that already had Christianity, such as Ethiopia?
No, I was going to say something.
But they're all converts.
No. The religion wasn't imposed upon them by no Europeans.
They were converts. I didn't say that. I said they were converts. You can go to tell me anywhere in Africa where the Abrahamic religion.
What is wrong with converting, having like better ideas?
Sorry?
Colin, you're right.
Colin, you're right. Better ideas to better yourself.
Sorry?
Colin.
What is wrong with converting?
Sorry, too many people are talking at the same time.
Colin, sorry, Colin. I'm Yoruba. I'm from Nigeria. I'm of the Yoruba tribe. And in Nigeria, the Yoruba people, they do have gods and goddesses. And there are a lot of Yoruba people who still worship those gods and goddesses. Some of them are Christian, some of them are Muslim. So you are right. There was like other religions that existed before Islam and Christianity came there. And up till this day, there are large amounts of Yoruba people who are still
but those religions are trash compared to the Abraham.
Oh my gosh! Wait, can I respond to that? Can I respond to that, please?
You worship another god or have idols.
That's my mom's religion. I can tell you about the religion now, about how the god was actually a crocodile. I know the Mozambican religion, like, it's trash, makes no sense. That's why I personally chose the Abrahamic one.
How I don't understand the psychology. But you're saying your tradition is trash.
And it's paganism as well. Like their morals are completely wrong.
Hello.
You don't do paganism.
Hey, Colin, let me say something, brother. See, when the devil stopped the black our race from reading and writing during slave trade, stopped us from reading a book, reading the Bible. It wasn't really so much the Bible, but it was so much they didn't want us reading at all, because obviously then we would get away, innit? They would have to go through the process of teaching us how to read. We could read books and stuff. We could, from reading you can learn, innit? You could learn how to build a ship, draw up a map of how to get away and stuff. Like we could have took our asses back to Africa if we was getting educated at the same time.
All right, gentlemen, let me jump in there for a minute. Hold on. So I was gonna say.
So I want to say that, brother, because as soon as the black man got to read, he gave us the Bible. Sorry, brother.
Yeah, hello.
Let Gabs jump in there. Gabs, you ready? You about?
Yeah, what's happening? Cool. I just thought I'd jump in quickly, man. I've been hearing some crazy stuff. I've been in the background listening. I heard Christian Malik saying some outlandish saying, some of the.
Of course, you would have to mention my name.
But hold on, bro, because you're the only one speaking and saying the mad stuff, so I have to come and correct what you said. I heard you say something about, you said, what some of the ancestors of the people on the continent were practicing was absolute trash. And obviously that's why you picked the Abrahamic religion, because it was easier. I understand that. Do you know why? Because it just shows me the level that you're at. It's like kids in school, certain kids in school, when work gets a bit hard and education and learning certain things get a bit hard, they rather take the easier education, the simpler things, which is fine. It's not a problem to them. That's just the level that they're at. But obviously, you have the kids as well that want to learn and they want to push themselves and go for the doctorates and the masters and the high degrees. You see what I'm saying? The harder stuff, the stuff that's not complex, and that's the level that we're at. So I get what you're saying. You rather stick with the Abraham religion. It's a bit more easier. You know what I mean? You don't want to understand, the meanings that your ancestors.
You're putting words into my mouth, but I will pull you up on that too.
Hold on, Christian. Hold on.
Brother Gabs, let me say something quick.
Hold on, wait. Let Gabs finish. Go on, Gabs, finish.
Go on. And that's all I want to say. Because
and I need to defend myself as well because he was talking a hell of a lot of trash as well.
Let me go after you though, Christian.
Yeah, let Christian reply. Go.
I'm gonna let you to finish. I was gonna finish. You know what I mean? And that's why me personally, I wouldn't go around saying that anybody's faith or religion is trash. You know what I mean? It may be a bit different from everybody else. You can't say.
Do you know about the religion that was going on at the time? Do you know the religion that I'm referring to?
Let me finish. I don't know yet. Let me finish. Listen to what I'm saying. I wouldn't call any other religion or anything out there, or any practicing faith or any belief system trash, especially if I don't know nothing about it. If I don't know anything fully about it, I'm not just going to call it trash. I'll just say that I don't know. Or
You're assuming that I don't know.
Or
hold on. Christian, hold on.
Understand it. Or I tried to understand it, but clearly from what you just said it didn't make no sense. That's why you said it's trash, because you said something about crocodile, but
eating people don't
hold on,
sense.
Christian. Hold on. You get your right to reply afterwards. Go on, Gabs.
That's all I gotta say. That's what I gotta say. Let you can speak. You can respond.
Right, go on, Christian.
Okay, so this guy was talking trash, just like the other religion, about basically cannibalism, the stuff that they were doing, like eating babies and stuff like that. Those things weren't good. They were doing some next voodoo, invoking spirits. What they were doing wasn't good. This is why even in Islam, before Muhammad came, they were doing some messed up stuff. So the Muslims, they do have a right to call that trash because of the actions that they were doing. The reason why I don't follow that is because look at it. Look what I just described. So I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm saying, that religion is trash, innit? But you're going on like I have no knowledge of the original religion and I'm just talking because I find Christianity easier to understand and I don't really understand what they were doing. So that's bullshit.
Hello.
Let me respond to that.
The problem with that is,
Gabs, hold on. Gabs, go ahead.
Hold on, I want to respond to that.
Everyone mute your mic, please.
So the brother, it's funny, and I'm glad that the brother mentioned it. The brother mentioned about eating people and eating humans and babies. But I want to ask Christian Malik, do you know about the Israelites when they were eating? They were eating themselves and eating their babies, right?
Yeah, I know that, and God told them that was wrong. But now you're trying to invade the original topic. You need to bring it back to when you were trying to talk shit. You need to bring it back. Bring it back to what you originally said.
Christian, may I ask you something? You say you are from
No.
religion. What is your belief, if I may ask you? You say you are Christian.
I'm a Christian.
But the way you are speaking, it doesn't sound like you are a believer in Christ.
Why isn't it?
Because you are swearing. Because how you behave yourself.
I haven't heard the man cuss once.
All right, then listen, you brood of vipers. Just calm down and sit down while I'm talking. I'm talking now. So, Gabs, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, so like I just
and I will come back, okay?
Go on. Do you want to say something?
Go on, Gabs, go on.
So, like I was saying, like you said, the Israelites were eating their babies and stuff, and like you said, God had to come and tell them another time and say, listen, this is not right, even though this should be a tribe of people that should know that. They already had the message, they had the laws. So God had this wasn't right. Eating their kids. And not even going back into the book of Leviticus where you had, Leviticus is basically a cookbook for the God because, you have prophets and messages and stuff having to give.
You're attacking the Old Testament. We're speaking about this religion Christian. And me not understanding about it, bro.
Why am I able to speak, bro? I let you speak. I didn't.
Why you're talking about something else, fam? You don't understand that.
Not saying that. What are you talking about? I'm talking about what you're talking about.
Gabs, listen. Christian, you need to let the guy speak because nobody interrupted you, so you're doing a service by not interrupting him. You get a right to reply afterwards. Just let the gentleman finish his thing. Go ahead, Gabs.
All I'm trying to let Christian understand is this, because what made me come on and what kind of triggered me was when the brother said all those things that they were doing back there in the cultures. I don't know if he was, well, I think he was talking about all the African cultures prior to the Abrahamic religion. He said they were trash, and the Abrahamic religions are the ones that make sense. All I'm saying to the brothers that you can't say something is trash because you don't know nothing about it. You know, instead of saying that it's trash, you know, you at least just say, well, I don't understand their ways. You know, I didn't understand it, or some of their ways didn't make no sense. No point saying that it's trash. Do you know what I mean? Because you might actually take the time to go and study that spiritual system and think, oh, actually, do you know what? Okay, I see what they're saying. Do you know what I mean? Not the ones obviously talking about, you know, eating their babies and all that stuff. There, obviously, that's the next thing. But I'm saying that, you know, the other spiritual.
But that's what it is, though.
Wait, let me say something to that about the African religions.
Hold on. Who's that speaking? That's
Let me speak. Yeah, let me speak to that.
Messenger, listen. I'm gonna let Christian speak, and then when Christian's done, I'll let you speak. Okay?
All right.
Go ahead, Christian.
Yet again, you're saying that I have no knowledge of what's going on, and maybe that I should go out there and study it. I have done that. I have studied it, and what they do is trash. Like the people used to do in Mecca before Muhammad was trash. Their actions are trash. This is why I personally didn't choose it.
100%.
Okay, cool. All right. Messenger, go ahead.
All right. Let's lay out the map of the world and look at this holistically, yeah? Now, when you look at nations of people that are united on the planet, right? And we have to look at one thing. Their cultures are a majority. Those countries, the majority of the people are going one way. And when you look at African countries, there's not. I mean, Africa as a whole, because that's a whole country. It was the devil that put up the borders. Remember that. That's not really no borders on South Africa and Uganda. I mean Europeans. I mean to say.
Yeah. You keep saying devils, and I'm not comfortable.
Sorry, brother. Sorry, brother. It was a slip of the tongue, my brother.
All right. Please refrain from using that terminology. But go ahead.
It was a slip of the tongue, my brother.
Go ahead.
So we can't forget that the Europeans are the ones who put up the borders. You see what I'm saying? And I'm saying the reason why the whole Africa, us as black people can't come together, right, is because of all these different cultures to answer to Gabs. And that's the reason why what Muhammad was trying to really do was trying to bring the that region of people, those Arabs, together as one, because with them doing all different idols and that's why they were killing each other, doing all types of craziness and stuff. So if they believed in one God, because this man's saying, well, you believe in a different God and I might just kill you. So that's the same thing in Africa that's going on right now in the Great Zambezi, aka Africa. That's what's going on now, but that's why we can't come together nowhere on this earth.
Yeah, brother.
Because everyone's different things.
Yeah, brother, the people of Muhammad, when he came with the message, they actually fought him and took him out of his land. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, now I'm talking about now they've gone that way. A majority of those countries that he was trying to come to save, yeah, they didn't deal with it at the time. That's why he died. You know, that the stress. You know, he was getting stressed out later on in age. But I'm saying now they're the force because of the message of Muhammad. Now they're dealing with it. And look, they can come into countries like with nothing. And they can build up, give them 10, 20 years economically. They've got businesses, they got cars, everything. Now, us as Caribbean people and the black man in America as well, right? We ain't built nothing really. Like we should be ahead of other countries on an economic level in the UK because we were the first out of all the immigrants at least. You know?
Right. Nino, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the state of the world that we're living in to this present day, if you look at all these religion, philosophies, ideologies, you really have to ask yourself, like, a God that knows everything, why as the world, look at the condition of the world and the state it's in today, religion has failed to heal mankind. You look at the state of mankind today, we are in a dreadful situation. You really have to ask yourself, what the hell is going on?
For sure.
Because God gives us the free will and the choice to do right and wrong. If not, we would just be robots.
All right, let me ask Saved by Grace. You want to jump in there and say something? Mr. Saved by Grace, did you want to say something?
I will jump in. Let's continue. I will say later.
Colin, did you want to jump in and say something?
Yeah, I want to talk about I don't remember the guy's name. The guy that said that his traditional culture was trash. I just want to say that speaks to your psychology, because if you understand what the tradition is, it's like when you talk about someone's a people's spiritual system, it's like the culmination of their
Talking about
culture,
their
like what
actions
they
of eating people.
what they put is like what they hold in high regard. Now, if you're saying what your people produce through their, because I'm sure you know that the tradition doesn't like stay in one place, it moves, it develops. So what you're saying is what your people produce and put as their high regard was trash, and now you're saying what another people from another culture produce is something of value. So you don't see anything of value in what your people produce, but you see value in what other people produce.
But brother,
what does that say?
But the other people are also my people.
Realize that
It's silly what you're saying.
before the whole religion that they followed.
Sorry, continue, Colin.
Yeah, it's like because it speaks to how you see yourself. It's like you're trying to separate the traditions or the spiritual systems from the people, and I don't see how you can do that, because the people produce the spiritual systems. So if you don't see any value in what the people put in high regard, how much value do you actually see in the people, and therefore how much value do you see in yourself in relation to other people?
Okay, Christian.
Who, by the way, would never ever take on your regardless of how much it would better them in any estimation. They would never take on your culture.
Yeah,
they would never take on your culture, and you know that.
That's cool. All right, Christian, when you want to reply, and then Marhead after Christian.
Well, 85% of Mozambique are Christian and Muslims, and the country is doing better than it ever did.
Marhead.
Right, brother.
I'm extremely proud of being Mozambican.
Right, and brother,
I'm extremely proud of being who I am.
You know why that is, brother Christian?
Now you expect me to be ashamed of the Mozambican for them to take the Christian faith on? Is that what you're asking me to do? I failed to do that. I'm still proud of being an African, and I'm proud of being who I am.
And brother, the reason why
Hold on, Messenger. Marhead, did you want to say something? Mahad?
Yeah, one second.
Okay, while you're waiting, go ahead, Messenger.
I was just gonna say, brother, the reason why those countries are at peace, right, is because of the lack of different cultures. Yeah, maybe a lot of them have been converted, as Colin would say, you know, but because like Mozambique, for example, a majority of the people, it's either Christianity or Islam. Countries like Senegal, 90%, we call it Islam, 5% Christians and other cultures in that. But because Islam is the predominantly, most of the people are dealing with Islam, there's this peace. You can't have, I mean, circular nations just they don't stand the test of time, bro. They just don't stand the test of time. Circular nations.
Yeah. So what I thought the Christian brother was saying is he wasn't dissing the traditions and the culture of the African people or the ancestors like that. He was just dissing the idolatry and the savage things they used to do. And every culture had that. The Arabs had that. I'm pretty sure the Asians had that. But when the Abrahamic faith came, it came to basically clean that up and tell them to worship only God and be good to, fix up all the evil and the vices that were present in the society. So that's what I think he meant by saying that was trash. He wasn't dissing the culture.
Let's clarify that. Let's ask Christian now.
Right.
Christian, do you believe, other than the Abrahamic faiths of today, do you believe other religions are trash?
The religions.
Okay, so we're talking about today. Apart from
what other religions are you referring to?
So
Can you name some?
Hinduism, Buddhism, Zoroastrianism, Jainism.
No, I don't think they're trash.
Okay, so you're specifically talking about the time where they were savages and they were eating babies and etc.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Their actions, not their spirituality, what they believed, how the world got created or whatnot. Talking about like the Mayans, their beliefs on how the world created, their calendar, yeah, all them things are cool. But I'm just talking about when they started chopping people's heads off and rolling them down the pyramid and stuff like that. That was trash. But by me saying trash, I mean like it's something bad, something negative.
Okay, cool. I'm glad we clarified that and cleared that up. Gabs, you want to say something?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I see what the brother's saying. So he's basically just talking about the wrongdoing and the actions and stuff, which is fair enough. I'm kind of glad that he said that the spiritual systems, he doesn't feel trash because, like I was saying, and in each different spiritual systems around the world, you can always find some positive and good stuff in it. You will find some negative stuff in the people, depending on the time, depending on the time and obviously what was going on in the era. But when it comes to the spiritual system, you can find in loads of different spiritual systems around the world, some positive stuff, not just in the Abrahamic faith. And I wanted to say what's his brother name, Messenger. He kind of confused me a bit because he was saying, with Christian that Islam and Christianity in Africa, Mozambique, yeah, that's a good thing that they're at peace and stuff. But just before he was saying that the Prophet Muhammad came to Saudi Arabia in that area to bring the message to those people because they was doing some outlandish stuff. So I'm a bit confused. I'm trying to understand. Is he saying that the Prophet Muhammad came to give the message to those people, or did he come to also bring that message to the Africans and the Chinese and everybody else?
Okay, well, the Chinese had their teachings got brought to them by Buddha, but what I'm saying, right, is that we already had the teachings of one God that came from Akhenaten. You got to understand the Egyptian empire was all over Africa. That was the whole of Africa. And other regions, other places like the Mediterranean, other areas, Greece, and other places that they had power over. So what I'm saying is that they never had that. They never knew about no one God. You understand? In those regions where Muhammad, that was his job to civilize those people and teach them about one God. You see what I'm saying?
But which God? But which God? That's the
one
question.
God, brother. One God, brother.
You see, they
Those
can't have.
fans were dealing with 365 days a year, a different idol, brother. That's why. So I said Muhammad never come to liberate the black man in Africa.
Okay, fine. But what I'm trying to say is that's my point. But that's the point. You don't hear what I'm saying, because
hold on, Gabs, hold on a minute. Let's Saved by Grace.
Yes. I want to say I want to say something. But we are hearing about Abrahamic faith, one God. But if we're gonna take Bible and we're gonna compare with the Quran, and we will see clearly that it's not the same God, because if you look the Bible, that the Bible says, the God of the Bible says to Christ, to the Lord Jesus Christ, this is my beloved Son in whom I will please. But if you look in the Quran, and Quran deny that, it cannot be the same God. We have to make a distinction. Otherwise, the confusion will come.
Thank you very much. And this is why I wanted to say the point, what the brother just said, because my point was, you just said that the people in Africa, Mozambique, are at peace because they have Islam and Christianity. But then you just said that the Prophet Muhammad only come to bring the message to the people in Saudi Arabia, because they didn't have no concept of one God. So now, what I'm trying to understand, if the people, like you just said, in Africa already had Akhenaten's teaching, is Akhenaten's teaching and the teaching of Prophet Muhammad, is it the same?
By the way,
brother, were you saying the teachings of what?
Is Akhenaten's teaching and his concept and his spirituality, is it exactly the same as the Prophet Muhammad?
Only on the basis of the teaching of one God.
No.
He don't teach no Trinity. Akhenaten weren't teaching no Trinity.
Does Prophet Muhammad teach the Trinity?
No, he doesn't. Prophet Muhammad doesn't. He teaches one God. That's what he come to do.
Okay.
Those regions that he was in, to spread that message down there.
So basically, you're saying that Akhenaten's teaching and what the African and what he taught all those African countries and those people, what they had over there, that system is similar and the same as Islam.
It's similar. What you gotta understand, right? What you gotta understand, right? What is it similar? Was it similar? Well, no. Well, on a level, the difference is right. Right. We're seeing that one God as us as Sufis. We see the God in. We're looking for the God in man. You understand? And we peace. That's our Islam. Is peace. You know what I mean? Submission to God, but that's submission to ourselves. Going in ourselves. We don't seek to fame and stuff like that, greed, stuff like that. Certain tendencies that are different from that Sunnism don't deal with. You see what I'm saying?
I still don't
And
get you.
like when we pray, we're not praying, we're meditating. See what I'm saying? Sufis meditating.
So, Professor, can you enlighten me on what God did Akhenaten? Which is this one God concept that Akhenaten brought to the African countries, to the African people? Who is the God?
Well, I'm saying that he brought that one God, the worship of one God doctor into Africa, because obviously before
But what is his name? What is the name of this one God? That's the confusion. What is the name of the one God?
It's not, yeah, but it's a name. It's not really. He just narrowed it down that everyone should believe in one God. He weren't trying to teach no spook God. He weren't trying to say, well, you got to worship a tomb. He never said that. He said worship one God.
Yeah, but who is the one God? Who is the one God?
He didn't say who it was.
Allah?
Supreme Creator, brother. We're dealing with the Supreme Creator, the Supreme Intelligence.
Sorry, he did give the God a name.
Universe and this planet.
He did give the God a name.
Yo, guys, one at a time.
Sorry, I just wanted to clear up something. The God that Akhenaten prayed to was called Aten.
Exactly.
Aten. It wasn't Allah, wasn't Jesus, wasn't Elohim, wasn't El Shaddai, wasn't Jehovah. It was Aten.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand that, brother. But what is Aten?
Yeah,
do you understand? What is Aten? That's what he's gonna say, and I'm saying that's the Supreme Creator. The reason why we're here right now. That's what he was dealing with, and that's what he was trying to go out and teach people.
Yeah, but what's so good about this one God concept? Because I hear you talking about this, like this, how the Abrahamic religions have brought unity or peace in Africa. But when I look at Africa, like it's highly religious, and it's like it's not working. Like
exactly,
and there's so much division. I don't know if you've actually been to Africa. There's so much like people are very like. They're very religious in a way that's like it's a way that is holding them back.
Look, religion, brother, could be.
I don't think you understand that. Prior that like the fighting in Africa prior to like the interference of like Eurasian people is not really. It's not based on like you've got another spiritual system to me. It's that wasn't what the fighting was about.
All right, Colin, let Messenger reply. Go ahead.
Yeah, what I was saying here, right, is that what we gotta understand, brothers, right, is that we're dealing with the supreme intelligence, the intelligence that the reason why we're here on this planet. You see what I'm saying? That's the one because that's the reason. What I'm trying to say to you, what we gotta understand as well. Yeah, I just came to my head now, is that Africa, right, is. These things, they're not religions to those people, brother. That's their culture. You know, when you see them, they might circumcise the young girl. That's just their culture. Now, to you, it might seem mean, but that's what that culture, that particular tribe have done. Now, if you go back, it might have been for.
Yo, hold up, wait, stop. Are you here trying to tell me that's normal then, like female circumcision?
No, I'm saying certain tribes might do that in Africa.
What,
there might be some tribes who do that.
Okay, is that all right?
No. But what I'm saying, that's their. It's like a tradition. Say I said
My
to.
friend,
all right.
I understand English.
Hear what I'm saying.
I've understood what you've said, but I'm asking you: do you condone that behavior?
Do I condone that behavior? If that's a man's culture, that's his culture. Their culture knows why they do what. Look, a culture ain't gonna do something
okay, but listen,
that without a reason.
Yo, messenger.
Didn't say it's cool.
Hold on, messenger. Listen to me, my brother. Listen to me, right? Do you remember what we were talking about earlier about certain things being trash? I would define female circumcision as trash. Now, it's barbaric to say the least. You can't sit here and say oh well, if it's their culture, it's their spirituality, then you know that's their thing. Can't do that, my friend.
Why is it barbaric?
Why is it barbaric? Why is female circumcision barbaric?
Yeah.
Do you know where it is?
What?
Do you know what it is?
Yes, I'm from West Africa.
Okay, so cutting off a girl's genitalia and mutilating.
Okay. Yeah. Why is it trash?
Why is it trash? Because it's barbaric.
Yeah. Why is it barbaric?
What purpose would it serve? It's painful.
Do you know why they do it?
Regardless of why they do it, it's barbaric.
This is diffusionism. This is that. You can't when you're analyzing something, you have to look at it from the perspective of the people that they're doing it. You can't look at something from your perspective and
I'm looking at it from a human perspective, and that is called.
What do you mean the human perspective? Are they not humans? The people doing it are humans.
What do I mean? I'll explain what I mean. They
Colin,
are human beings.
Colin, you are defending the female circumcision?
I'm not defending it. I'm saying why are you saying it's barbaric?
Because it is. That's why I'm saying it is.
So explain how it's barbaric.
Because I can say anything is barbaric. Split the rest from her. And you're doing it with a knife without no anesthesia. That could be like, that can scar a female for the rest of her life, which it did. Many females in the world, they've come out and they said how that basically ruined their lives. It takes away sexual pleasure. It takes away feeling. It affects them in so many different medical ways. I can Google it right now if you want. That's why it's barbaric. That's why it's bad.
How many forms of circumcision are there, Colin?
What?
How many forms of female circumcision are there?
I don't know.
You don't know. Mute your mic.
What do you mean mute my mic?
Mute your mic because you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, you need to mute your mic. You don't know about the topic, fam.
What do you mean I don't know about the topic?
Hey, Buddha, let me come in, bro.
Yeah, so apparently they do it because they want to control.
Hey, Buddha, let me come in and make you understand it, bro.
I'm listening.
Let me make
wait, can you just answer this question? Why do they do it?
Hey, Buddha, let me come in and ask.
They do it to control women's sexuality.
No, they don't. You see, you don't even.
Let me say something.
Buddha, can you answer why do they do it?
Let me make Buddha understand.
Be quiet for a minute. Let messengers. Natural process, is it? Cutting off somebody's
go ahead, messenger.
All right, Buddha. There's some volume in the background, going on.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Buddha. Let me make you. Maybe you understand it if you look at it from this point of view.
I understand.
Now it's like,
I don't condone it.
All right. I hear you, and I understand, innit? But what you gotta understand is there's tribes in Africa that used to do forms of mutilating just so that the white man wouldn't take them as slaves. You see what I'm saying? So, and it's something that they still do. Hold on, my brother. It's something that they still do today. Now, those like I said, like say for example, I had a whole load of daughters. I had 3 daughters, and I had.
But we are talking about FGM, bro.
Hold on, Christian. Go ahead. Keep going.
My first 3 daughters may be very sexually promiscuous, so I say, I don't like the way that they've dirtied up my name and my family name. So all my daughters from now on, they're gonna have to get circumcised.
Well, you know what, bro? I can't even listen to you. I'm sorry. I can't even.
I'm trying to make you understand. I'm trying to make you. This is how these things are.
That's not why they do it. That's not why they do it.
I'm not saying that's why they do it, brother. I'm just trying to make him understand.
Why are you telling us that? Let the brother from the country explain why they do it. I think it's fair. Colin.
Things that families do that no other families. There's certain cultures or practices that just families do.
Okay, let's listen to. In fact, before we do that, let's witness. You tried to say something. Go ahead.
Thank you. I just wanted to say the effects of FGM or circumcision, whatever you want to call it, repeated infections, pain and difficulty having sex, constant pain, problems passing urine, incontinence, which means you urinate without being able to control it. So you can just take a piss when you don't want to. Problems during labor and childbirth, which can be life-threatening for the mother and the baby. So, and even if you do go through certain parts of this process where you actually sew up the I don't even want to say you sew up certain parts of it.
Yes.
If a man has sex, basically he penetrates and he rips the stitches which
That's
is very
right.
painful. So I'm
There's
still
fr-
trying to understand how it is beneficial for the woman to be
But
put through this
brother,
process.
my
There's
brother,
three.
my brother, but my
Hold
brother.
on, hold
It's
on,
still
hold
a
on, hold on.
fighting against, but you gotta understand, brother.
Right. So as you were saying, witness, right? There's 3 types of circumcision, possibly 4, and each one of them are barbaric, but they go down in stages with even worse consequences. And as you said, the stitching process is the worst, because
Yes.
just when the male penetrates the girl, he can actually kill her. Yeah.
Yes.
So, and I can't for the life of me understand. Anyway, sorry, Colin. Go, sorry,
It's Gabs.
Hello.
go on, Gabs. Go on, Gabs.
So what are we saying? Are we the way we're seeing the way we're coming up with our arguments against the female? Are we doing the same with the male? Is this, or are we saying that it's different for the male? The males are supposed to have
No, it's bad for the male as well, Gabs.
It's also both we're saying it's barbaric.
But I don't think you
Well,
can
hold on.
compare
We can
the
go.
extremities in the
Yeah.
two.
No, it's the
Because
same
we're
thing.
talking about dead skin and the clitoris, bro.
Hold on,
Come
Colin.
on.
We can. Sorry.
Hold on.
Gabs,
Let me make the point, because it's not about comparing. You can compare this. It's both the same thing that's happening to both the female and the male, regardless. So I want to know: are we saying this the same, or are we saying there's levels?
Right, Gabs. Before we go on to that, let's allow Colin to give an explanation as to what the purpose of it is, and etc. because he's from the region. So go ahead, Colin.
No. Yeah, but before I do that, can you answer why they do it, please? Because you told me I wasn't knowledgeable on the subject and I shouldn't speak on it, and you're saying it's barbaric. So can you tell me why they do it, please?
Okay, dependent on which culture you're talking about.
Can you give me an example?
Okay, I can tell. Ooh, what happened there? I can. Oh shit! What happens? Hello.
He left still.
Oh dear.
Yes.
Sniper, well one.
Yes.
Oh dear, he's
Yeah,
gone.
man, there.
Right. So, Colin, are you there?
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, go on.
Okay, so I can give you an example that I'm familiar with. I'm not going to mention the culture, but it's predominantly the women. Sorry, can you guys mute your mic? There's a bit of a feedback somewhere. So the culture that I'm talking about, the mothers get the children to get it done, the girls to get it done when they're very young. This is to kind of show a purity, a cleanliness. It's a cultural thing. So when the child gets to the age of marriage, she's more desirable because she has it done. Therefore, she's more cleaner. This is an Islamic culture as well I'm talking about. So it has an Islamic connotation as well. That's the one I'm familiar with.
Islam doesn't support this in any way, man.
Can I ask a question, please?
Sorry, go ahead. Hold on, Sniper. Was that Sniper? Hold on, Colin. Go ahead.
All right.
I don't feel that's an adequate answer, but I'll give it as like I'll just say one reason why they would do it to a female would be I'll just put it simply like this: they just view certain things as not being aesthetically nice.
Right. Okay. That's fine. I've heard that as well.
I heard somebody say that Islam not supporting circumcision, but I can give a reference about the Muhammad that spoke about the circumcision.
Okay.
For male, yeah, for male circumcision, not female. What are you talking
No,
about?
and female. So go
Female.
ahead.
I have here Sunnah Abu Dawud 41 number 5251. He said, "Do not cut severally, as that is better for a woman and more desirable for a husband."
Right. So it's don't cut severely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Abu Dawud 41 number 5251.
You got that? Okay. Go on, Sniper. What did you want to say?
I mean, my point. I was gonna make a point, but I think there's no point to it really. I mean, what is the point we're trying to make about this circumcision?
Hello, I wasn't advocating for it. Like
no.
I'm just saying. My point was that I'm just looking at why you're looking at certain things and then you're saying it barbaric. Right. That was my point.
Yeah, I hear that. But what they're saying, I want clarification on what they're saying. As you know, it is barbaric and thing according to you, but obviously we're coming from a different culture. We like what the brother's saying, so we won't necessarily understand it. And it's a bit weird. Are you saying only female circumcision is barbaric, or is the idea of circumcision full stop barbaric?
Okay, so I don't know if anyone wants to answer that. I think Gabs could, but he's gone. Right, so what I would say is this. Male circumcision, although it is a barbaric act, doesn't have a long-term consequence to the male. However, with the female, as explained, there's 3 types of circumcision. And at its most extreme, it can have dire consequences, resulting in even death.
Can I just add to that?
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I know, obviously, as well, I think with the barbaric, whether it's barbaric or not, I guess because from what I can tell, everybody here that's discussing it is a male. If an adult female had the choice, I think 9 or almost 10 times out of 10, she wouldn't lose. I guess, you know, her ability to orgasm is probably most easily reached with her clitoris. So I guess a lot of times it's the men making the decision for the woman. But if a woman was able to make the decision, I doubt if she fully understood what she'd be losing, she would want to. So in that sense, it's barbaric. Because for a male, whether you're circumcised or uncircumcised, you'd still have pretty much the similar sexual function. But for a woman, you just become a baby maker. That, you know what I mean? When you lose your clitoris, so it is a bit more serious.
The thing is, I think
I don't understand. It's a bit difficult to understand because, like, you know, like there are more women in Africa than there are males.
I don't understand what's that?
There's more females.
So what's your point?
It's not shortening like them reproducing. They're not dying in such vast.
No, I didn't say about reproducing. I'm saying, but if obviously because we're all men, it's difficult for us to understand. We get pleasure from sex regardless. Yeah, whether circumcised or uncircumcised. But for a woman, it does greatly diminish her sexual pleasure, and then it almost diminishes her autonomy in sex, because then it's like for her it becomes more about, like, sex becomes more pleasurable, I imagine, for the male and not for the female. And that is, I guess, a way of controlling her. Like,
all right, then. So we can only speak for the male. So are we saying that male circumcision, is barbaric?
I don't think it is.
Well, the actual act itself can be. If it's in a hospital setting or something like that, then maybe not. But it's still a form of mutilation. But if it's just like done with a sharpened stone, I would say, yeah, that is quite barbaric.
So okay, so how is it barbaric if it is done in hospital and then done by a rabbi or a rabboni, say in this country? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
So where's the barbaric though? Like where's the parameters and where do we draw the line? If you say that circumcision is barbaric, and all these people in this chat and thing are religious, and it comes as a covenant for some and blah blah blah. I don't understand how you're saying that something that is a covenant for majority of the people who are of the Abrahamic faith, is a barbaric act. This is what I don't understand.
Buddha, I'll just say something, in maybe it might tie in with what you're saying. I don't follow any Abrahamic faith. I don't really care for any of it, but I do know there are benefits to circumcision, but there are also disadvantages. One of the disadvantages is loss of sensation. There are men who complain that after they've been circumcised, when they just lose sensation in their penises, so they can't feel. So the chances of them having or enjoying sex is null and void. Second thing is, during the process of circumcision, doctors or rabbis, whoever, cut off too much skin, so that when a man has an erection, they end up experiencing pain because they don't have enough skin, because the skin's been cut. So those are two of the disadvantages I know that cause problems to men through circumcision.
So I would go
but
like this.
hold on. Being someone who's circumcised, yeah, personally, do you get what I'm saying? I have none of those issues. So
that's you, but you don't represent every single
If I
man
may
who's
jump
Same
in,
here, bro.
if I may jump in, if I may
Hold
jump in,
Hold on.
I do represent that demographic, don't I?
Yeah, man, I agree.
Okay, so if I'm in that demographic and those things don't actually apply for me, you can automatically, as you say, take me out of that supposed statistic.
but you were never placed in that statistic. I stated that there were benefits to it and there were disadvantages. And I gave some of the disadvantages.
In general, I don't hear that from my other circumcised brothers or blah blah. Not that we sit down talking about our dicks and that.
Okay. Let's.
What I'm saying is, hold on. What I'm saying is, now, so the female circumcision or mutilation, we call it mutilation because you're saying it's barbaric. You get what I'm saying? But you're saying that the male one is barbaric, but it's allowed under certain conditions.
Okay, I'm gonna reply to that afterwards. Let Grace speak. Go ahead, Grace.
okay, if I may jump in, as an ex-Muslim, I was born in a Muslim family, and when I was a child, I cannot say I was 3-year-old or 4-year-old. I was a child, but I remember some things about the circumcision. I had been go through circumcision in my time. They didn't give me injection. That was alive, without injection. I was through the circumcision.
Wow.
When I was a child, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4-year-old. I don't know exactly, but I remember some things from the old time.
There's a problem. If you're getting circumcised, the 3 or 4-year-old, there's automatically a problem.
I know, right?
Getting that. That's the madness.
Can I ask you a question?
Hold on, let me just reply, Jay. Hold on.
I was less than 5 days old when I was circumcised. Like, what? Who's circumcising people at 3 or 4 years old? Like that is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand people talk. Like, we're dealing with hold on, we're dealing with what's real. You can go to a hospital, have a son, yeah, and it's an option. Do you get what I'm saying?
Listen, so Sniper,
Depends on your faith or on your culture. Because remember, circumcision is not all about religion.
Yeah. Okay. So Sniper, this is my reply to you anyway. Right. So male circumcision is a form of mutilation. Piercing your ears is a form of mutilation. Anything that involves damaging the body in some way, or even modifying it in some way, is a form of mutilation. Yeah. Some mutilations are acceptable. Piercing your ears is acceptable. Getting tattoos acceptable. Yeah. In the traditional culture of the Abrahamic faiths, male circumcision is acceptable. However, as we've gone through with the female circumcision, it's horrid. It's abhorrent. It's there's no purpose for it other than to, I mean, unless you can tell me a purpose for it.
Well, in the Abrahamic faith,
brother, what I was gonna say.
Your point. In the Abrahamic faith, it did not specify.
Yeah, but what I was just gonna say, yeah.
It was a covenant. You understand? It was a covenant.
Right.
For Abraham.
Okay.
Right. So we don't know whether, I mean, we do know that he had daughters and blah, blah, blah. But the point is, were they circumcised? We don't know.
You know why they circumcised? You know why was the covenant given? Because that was a visible sign. That was a visible sign. The circumcision was a visible sign of the covenant.
Yo, Nuabi.
Hold on. Sniper, hold on. Jay, go ahead.
Yeah, what are you? Do you just because I'm trying to understand? Cause I'm hearing a lot of what you're saying, but they're equivalent.
And if you do that, if you go as far as to say that the male circumcision is not barbaric, do you get what I'm saying? Or you're saying it is barbaric because that's what it's sounding like. Do you get what I'm saying? I think that's a bit.
So what's your
Nawabian?
They're not equivalent.
Nawabian Sniper. Nawabian Sniper.
Saying that they're equivalent or not equivalent? I don't understand.
Hold on, we got everyone talking at the same time. All right, Jay.
Let me say something.
Yeah, hold on, Messenger. Hold on. Jay, finish off your point.
I don't know. Are you Sniper or Nawabia, whatever? Are you saying that they're sorry, not disrespect your name, but are you saying that they're equivalent or they're not equivalent? I don't understand your position on it.
No, it's not my position.
But I'm asking you yours. I just wanted to know. Basically, because I agree with what you're saying.
And Buddha's saying yeah, that it's both barbaric, but in terms of male, he could overstand why they do it in a sense. Do you get
Yeah.
Right. So I'm saying, yeah, that's because it's a choice, like when you go to the hospital. But if it's a choice at the hospital, then it can't be barbaric.
But do you accept that they're barbaric to different degrees? Like, could you accept that?
Well, if I accept any of the Abrahamic faiths or accept my culture, I cannot say it's barbaric. No.
But I come from a culture where there's male circumcision, yeah, and I'm Orthodox Christian, yeah, and I agree like you. From what I'm aware, I don't know that there was any issue with male circumcision. But obviously, them statistics might be right. I don't know, yeah. But with female circumcision, that's clearly not in my culture at all. I imagine it'd be frowned upon. So
it was in my culture. It was in my culture, but it's like an outlawed practice, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So between us, like from based on what I'm hearing from you now, so we're agreeing that, of course, all of it's barbaric in the sense that you've got a natural state, and this is unnatural in that sense, yeah. But clearly, with the female one, it's more about control in it than with the male one.
No, I wouldn't say that, because remember that most of these things will be endorsed and sanctioned by the mother of the child.
But I'm saying that.
Hold on. It's not Europe. We're not dealing with the European ideology and the male-centered way of thinking. You've got to think of even things like tribal marks and all of these things that we have back home are mainly done by you, like your mother and your grandmother and your great-grandmother. This is why the traditions have changed now, because by the time it's got down to past my mother, like my mother has tribal marks, but Mike does not have tribal marks. Do you get what I'm saying? And that only came about not because her mother wanted it, but her grandmother was alive and said, this is what we must do according to tradition.
Okay, so Messenger, go ahead.
Yo, I was gonna say to Newbie, you know, Nubian Sniper, like,
yeah,
I feel like this whole argument, this whole conversation's just gone crazy, yeah.
Yeah. I understood what you said from the beginning.
Okay.
People jumped on the fact that it's barbaric, and do you believe that? And is that I thought that was going
well, I didn't even want to. I would just say I didn't even want to be talking about this, because this is a culture that is not religion, brother. You know,
But
that's
bro,
not.
you brought it up. You brought it up, man.
I never brought up nothing about no mutilation, the man cutting off things. I said that's a man's that's a culture. It's not.
Yeah, that's a culture that's become religion.
No, I was my main. All right, this is the main argument. What I was saying is that I believe that Africa is the way it is, yeah, right now, yeah. Why we as black people can't come together, no matter what we try to do, is because we've got too much different cultures and ideologies on when it comes. Well, we got too much religion. Furthermore, we got too much religion, and we've forgotten what religion. The way that we view religion today is how we should be living our life. Culture. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, Nino, did you want to say something?
Hey, Buddha, can I just say quickly, just before we move on from that topic, though, yeah? Does everyone accept that it's a negative aspect of the culture? Like, yeah, fair enough. People might not understand it, and it might be a long-standing tradition in some things, but you have to remember that obviously for the woman, it's not good when you reach a certain age. Like, you know, you related it to tribal scars and holes in their ears and whatever, yeah, cool. But at least with them things, yeah, that is like the aesthetic value doesn't have as much consequence on them physically and, like, I guess emotionally as well later on in their life. That is a big thing, where for a man it's not a big thing. Do you get what I mean? Like, people have to accept at least there is, like, it might be culturally backward then of us. It might be.
But Jay,
may I say something?
Why they do what they do, bro?
Say again?
All those tribes. God, sorry, bro.
May I say something?
In another debate the other week,
when they were hold on, Sniper. Hold on.
Circumcision in Kenya.
Go ahead. All right, Sniper. Hold up. Grace, go ahead.
Yes. What I want to say, we're speaking about the circumcision. What I will say, you know, if you're a Jewish, Muslim, or what kind of person you are, that doesn't matter. If you're circumcised or you're not circumcised, circumcision cannot save us, cannot help us. But I will invite everyone to come the other kind of circumcision, the circumcision of the heart. And that is only possible by the Lord Jesus Christ. Let Christ circumcise your heart. and bring the salvation in your life.
But I mean,
The circumcision of the private part will not save you. If you are circumcised, if you think your circumcision, if somebody thinks circumcision will bring him in heaven, no, you will go anyway to hell. But the circumcision of the heart that will save you by faith in the Lord Jesus Christ.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Well, not the faith in him, but you
Can
know.
I say something to that? You see, you cut me off, so man can say.
Hold up, Sniper, go on.
Yeah, you cut me off, so man can say that
Let him do his thing, man. Let him do his
or
thing.
whatever.
I'll wipe back.
You
Go
get
on,
me?
carry on.
But yeah, yeah. The other week, last week I was talking to Rich Kid and a few others in the chat, and we were talking about this circumcision, the idea of it in Kemet.
Yeah.
And like some brothers have brought forth some imagery, you get me, of man, like, you know, playing with man's penis or supposedly, but it's basically circumcision.
Right.
Now I made the fact that when you look at it, you see that they're grown men. It's grown man getting circumcised, obviously, which would be quite painful. But in that circumstance, it was due to part of initiation that some men had to go through in to join certain orders in Kemet. You get what I'm saying?
And Maku, some tribes, most cultures in Africa do it today just for hygiene as well.
Yeah, most definitely.
Like most families, brother, families do it. They pass it on, like they just circumcise because they find it as cleaner. It's just hygiene.
So I want to know. I
want
to know what the brother was saying, like these barbaric cultures compared to what's in the Bible. You know, eating babies is like compared to circumcision. You know, there's no comparison.
Are you talking about me?
Make even a comparison and say, you know, eating babies is okay because God told us to do it over, you know, circumcision, which is also in your book. It's all contradictory, like, you know, all of a sudden we got moral and things are what do you call it, disgusting and, you know, against the moral. Hey, listen, the word even moral comes with the English language. We have to.
Bro, you trying to take man out, bro? Bro, you trying to take man out the game?
Hey, listen, man, trying to acknowledge things that happened thousands of years ago.
Hey, listen, Sniper. You have the benefit, like we have the benefit of being like multicultural now, yeah. Because I can hear from your accent, you're from England at least, or you're living in England. We're living in England now, yeah. Obviously, let's say like I've been circumcised, whatever, yeah. I don't know a difference. I don't know another way of life, but I know that like sexually functioning wise, I'm fine. I'm a-okay. I would imagine that if you were a female that had the same like life experience as us, i.e., you're definitely culturally African, but now you live here for whatever reason, whether you come here or you were born here, but your family are from wherever. I imagine that it's a lot different, bro. It's going to be a lot different if you don't have your clitoris anymore. It's a much more detrimental effect on your quality of life. So while everyone can harp on about, you know, back to their roots and what's, you know, the Western perspective is biased and is myopic. Fair enough, that is true, and there's definitely ways that they diminish us because of our culture. But this is one of the few things where I have the benefit of knowing both cultures and saying no. Like if as a preference, my wife, my daughter, my child, I would want them to have a full like range of emotion, full range of sensation, whatever, when it comes to you know their pleasure that they engage in. Yeah, and I think that for a man, you have to say one is far more barbaric than the other because for a man it doesn't limit my range of sensation, whereas for a woman it does it drastically, and then you have all of the actual the potential loss of life and the potential more serious, you know, infections or whatever effects they have. It is a lot more.
Let me quickly jump in.
I don't know what tribe you.
Yo, Sniper, hold up a minute. Hold up.
You cut off females' clits. Who does that?
Yeah,
like,
female genital mutilation, isn't it?
No,
what I'm talking about in my culture, yeah, was stitching the vagina and just leaving a hole for them to pee. You get me? When they get to a certain age, obviously,
listen, we got Christian trying to get on. Is there anyone on here who's not speaking?
I don't know about cutting off clip. That's all extreme stuff. I don't know.
I'm telling you, that's what...
Yeah. Can we get back to the point that my man was making though? Like,
Hear me. Is there anyone that's not speaking on air that wants to give up their space?
I'll give up my space, brother.
You sure?
Go on, brother.
Much respect, much respect. All right, if you jump out, Christian can jump in. Because I think he wants to ask Nawabian something.
Yeah, but can anyone? You lot were talking about FGM before I come on. You do realize that is one of the major problems with female genital mutilation. That's mostly what people consider female genital mutilation, and that's why it's considered control, for men to control women, men to control slaves.
Where are you going and getting this information from? Like in my country, this is an outlawed practice. Like, you know, you're gonna have to live very rural, very like back in the 1800s to be practicing that type of practice, and extreme at that. The stitching of the vagina is one thing, yeah, but cutting off clip, that's extreme stuff. And
do you know what Sigmund Freud is?
No civilized African is gonna do that. And remember, we never been uncivilized. So savagery is not what we're about.
Yeah, I think you're arguing from a personal perspective, but the principles of FGM that is one of them. But fair enough, it might be different for you.
Bro, it's like grooming gangs. You get me? Man choose a select thing to choose and say, yeah, this is your argument. This ain't really what Africans are talking about. Do you get what I'm saying? This is an outlawed something. Like 15, 20 years ago, African women in certain countries were complaining about this. You know what I'm saying? But these were very rural people. This was not like no major.
Where are you from in Africa? Sorry.
Hold up, Gabs, you there?
Please get.
No, yo.
What are we talking about now?
Yo, Gabs, I beg you moderate because I got to jump off for a second.
Okay, all right, cool.
Man, put respect on African's name, fam. We never. When we do stuff is for a reason. You wouldn't understand the reasoning even of tribal marks, about keloiding, about seeing how strong your blood is and blah, 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 and how quick you heal and that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know the science of what us Africans was doing. This is the whole point. You know what I mean? You come with your hocus pocus mumbo jumbo, yeah. Religion. And there's more people and ritualistic practices, barbaric practices in your books.
Yeah, that was my point. Like when they're talking about other people's culture and saying something is barbaric, it's like they're kind of standing on like a cultural high horse, like looking down on other people. It's like you're kind of asserting that you're in some kind of correct position when you're like.
Hello. Wait there. Yeah, because I just want to so that there's some order going on. Yeah. So Colin, yeah, you go next. You can speak. You'll speak next. Yeah, once I'm done talking. Yeah. Who wants to speak after Colin? Just to quickly. Because I know.
Sure,
I don't.
Yes, I will. I haven't spoken in a while.
What's your name?
It's Witness at Speaker's Corner.
Oh, Witness. Oh, yeah. All right, cool. And also, just as well, I want us to get back onto the topic of where it was before we got to the.
Thank you. I'd like to get back to that as well, but I can't remember what it was, Gabs.
Yeah. So Colin, then Witness. Who wants to go after Witness?
I'll go after him, guys.
Who's that? Nino.
Yeah.
All right, cool, Nino. And then hopefully by then, anybody that wants to go after Nino, just shout me. But let's just try to keep some order for the people. Yeah. All right, go on, Colin. Do your thing.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. This like, was it that fusionist perspective where you like you try to view the whole world through your own lens, like, and then you start judging things and saying, "Oh, these people are barbaric because they don't do this. They don't see the world like how we see it." I don't agree with that kind of, and for me, that's one of my main things with the Abrahamic religions. Like they the way they always view, like they act like everyone has to see the world through their lens.
Okay.
But I think that was the point that what's the guy Messenger Man was saying.
Okay,
he was saying how Afro is beneficial. That I think that he was saying that the Abrahamic religions are beneficial in Africa because they unite people. But from my perspective, I'm like, how long have we had these Abrahamic religions? It doesn't seem like it's working for us, and I see a lot of division across religious lines as well. Even in places that are like one religion, they're still fighting with different sects about this and that. Like, oh no, You guys are practicing the religion wrong. That
100.
The thing is,
Andrew, about witness. Who's next? Witness.
Yep. Yes, I was just going to piggyback off what he just said. I was going to complete that. I don't follow any of these Abrahamic religions, and I don't understand. The guy earlier was saying how it brings everyone together, and he was complaining that you had these cultures in Africa that were causing problems. And I was just going to give examples, like in the Middle East, where they have Islam, they have the different forms of Islam: Sunni, Shia, Ibadi, Sufi. I mean, we can't forget what's going on in Yemen. We got the Sunnis slaughtering Shias. And then you got the proxy wars between Iran and Saudi Arabia and the Abrahamic people with the Jews. There's all these wars. So I don't really understand how Abrahamic religion is bringing the world together. I don't see it. That's it.
Yeah. Big point. Nino.
Yeah, I don't understand, like how a God, can send all these philosophies, all these strategies, game plans after game plan, but look at the state of the world. And that's the problem. You'll have a man here that will come to your continent and look at the way you're living and tell you you're not civilized. What you're doing is not civilized. You should do it our way. You guys are savages. And that's the problem with the world, fam. People like to impose their ideologies on other people rather than just let people be. We got to understand is circumcision is a 1,000-year-old tradition, from the Kemets to Hebrews to Islam. That's how people used to get down. But is it right? We can debate that.
Okay, cool. Who wants to go after? Who wants to speak?
If I may say something.
Who's that? Witness?
Saved by grace.
Yeah, go on, Saved by grace.
I told already, but I want to repeat it again. The confusion is when the person say Abrahamic religion. But if we're gonna search what is Islam is about the Abrahamic religion, we see that Islam is not Abrahamic religion. We have to, it is confusion. When you speak with the Muslims, they say, we follow Abrahamic religion. But they go to the Kaaba, they circumambulate the pagan, the cubic, and they kiss in the black stone, and they claiming that's the Abrahamic religion.
I think this brother is missing the point. Muslims believe in Abraham. Muslims believe in Moses. They believe in Jesus.
And it's not the same God. That we must understand. It's not the same God. That's the confusion.
Did you read the Quran?
Hold on a second. From what I'm gathering from what Saved by Grace is saying, he's basically saying obviously the traditions and the practices that the Muslims do, as in going down to the Kaaba, circling it, kissing the black stone. Also, certain other practices and stuff that they might participate in Islam, and even the names of their creators, are different. I think that's the point that he's trying to get at, to say that it's a bit different compared to is it Christianity? Saved by Grace.
Yes, exactly. It's not the same God. It is not the same God.
Did Abraham believe in the Trinity?
Did Abraham believed in the God of the Bible?
Did he believe in the Trinity?
He believed in the God of the Bible.
Did he believe in the Trinity?
Abraham believed in the God of the Bible. He didn't believe Allah.
You know what? I think what you find between Islam and Christianity, what I noticed is that you have the same characters, but they're playing different roles. In the Bible, the devil is an angel. In the Quran, the devil is a jinn. In the Bible, Jesus dies on the cross. In the Quran, Jesus didn't die. So that's what I find between these two religions. It's the same characters, different story.
And in the heaven of Islam, you will get erected penis, 72 vaginas, and you will have a pavilion with a 60 mile broad, and the people will come, believers so called, and they will enjoy their wives, and there is a full-breasted vaginas, and that's a sexual religion, a cult.
Jews don't believe.
That's a sex. It's about the sex. For Muhammad is a sex.
Hold on, Gabs.
Wait there. See, it was going so well, because obviously we're grown men in it. It was going so well, But what I would say is, let's not jump into the ad hominems. It's good because like these type of topics where you got all these people listening and stuff, it's good for people to share their points. You know what I mean? Share your points. and just do it in a well-mannered way. We don't need to go into the ad hominems. You
Okay,
can
cool,
state your claims in your case. Take time.
Saved by grace. Saved by grace. I believe you're Arabic, right? You're Arab.
Majid. See, this is what I'm saying, bro. Slow down,
I am
bro.
not Arab.
Slow
Where
down.
you from?
Hello. Okay, what I'm trying to say is, let's just keep it orderly, yeah. So, Majid, you can say your piece. Who wants to speak after Majid? Because I know you guys are gonna.
I'll go.
Okay, we'll have Majid, then Colin, then what's his name? Witness, then Saved by Grace. Yeah, you can come back in. Sniper, if you want to chime in. James, if you want to chime in. And Nino again. Who else is in there?
I guess let's ask what the original topic was.
Yeah, so I had a quickly, I just wanted to Saved by grace.
Saved by grace. Saved by grace. Sorry, Gabs. Saved by grace. I just want to ask you a quick question. Can you tell me how many wives King Solomon had?
Solomon had, if I'm not mistaken, thousands wife.
And hold on. And you want to talk about vaginas?
I am not following a Solomon. Jesus Christ is my form. Jesus Christ is. I try to follow Christ, not a Solomon. And according to Jesus Christ, is Muhammad is an adulterous person.
Wait.
He had many wives. 11, 13.
Nino, no. I get Nino. Basically, that point it's kind of different to what he was saying, because obviously Solomon's a man that had many wives. Different concubines and all that, different things. So it's kind of different to obviously the virgins. But even then, I don't even know if that virgin. I think Brother Kalam was mentioning before. I don't know if the virgin thing is actually accurate. If it is, then boy, that's dealing with the afterlife, which is something completely different. But what's it? Let's keep on track. Majid, I think he was gonna say something. Go on, bro.
Yeah. So I was gonna ask Saved by grace. I'm pretty sure he sounds like an Arab, but maybe he's lying. I don't know. Where are you from, bro?
Again, I am not Muslim now to do a taqiyya. I said already, and I'm saying again, I am not an Arab.
Where are you from then?
I don't have to say you where I'm from.
Listen, ask the question. What's the question?
What do Arab Christians call God? What's the name they use?
In their Bible, they call Allah, but they're wrong. Allah is a pagan idol.
I rest my case.
Okay.
All right. Can we get back to the topic now? Because I feel like we're just going into some.
Go on, Colin.
Yeah. Can we get back to the topic? Because I thought we're just going down some Islam versus Christianity thing. It's just what? But it's about because the thing is, I don't how long are we as African people gonna try this Judaism, Christianity, this dance? It doesn't work. And the thing is, we have this this weird for example, if you go to places like Nigeria, you have a section of Igbo people who claim that they're the Jews in the Bible.
Yeah.
But this comes from European people going there and pushing that on them because they want to try and build a connection with the Igbo people who have the resources in their land. Then you have the Yorubas, the history of the Yorubas written down by what's this guy, Samuel Johnson, an ex-slave trained
Samuel
in
Samuel Ajayi Crowther.
The guy was sent back trained and sent back to push the Christianity, and then when people are reading this history, they're now you see people claiming, the Yorubas migrated from the Middle East or from Egypt and all this. It's anything that's us, that's authentically us, is negative. Even if you go in Africa now, the people that will I see Americans trying to reconnect with African spiritual systems, and I'm just raw, because if they actually went to Africa with that thing, the people would chase them out. What's this? You're bringing some demon that people are calling their own culture. This is some devil demon stuff. I'm what kind of psychology is this? And I notice it always can't. It's like a byproduct of the Abrahamic religions.
Yeah.
Can I jump in with you?
Nope. Family tree. I'm gonna be shutting on the show in the next 5 minutes. Okay. The next 5 minutes. If you want more of the show, right, hit up the like button. In the next 5 minutes, we shall be going off air. Right? But of course, you can continue the conversation with us and jump onto the panel, and that's the way you get to continue. But only 10 souls would be able to be on the panel. Out of 200 and odd people viewing right now, only 10 souls are able to come onto the panel. Many are called, but only few are chosen. All right, Gabs, do your thing, man. Do the thing.
Cool. Go on, bro.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say to what your mum was saying. I agree with how religion has divided us, but I think more than anything, I think the Europeans were together under religion, and use that to divide us. But I think that the principle, that the more important principle, is the fact that, like, it's not necessarily like, for example, there's, when you look at like religions and how there's different sects within religions, I think that's always been Africans' problems. The fact that we can't put things aside and unite for under any common principles, whereas the Europeans can. You know, like where they come from, like in Europe, there's been many wars between European countries, and then eventually they come under one banner for whatever reason. I think whether Jesus is white, black, whether Muhammad's white, black, whether Jewish people are the chosen people or not, I think Africans, there's issues that predate, or there's reasons that predate a lot of these religions coming to our shores as to why we were able to. And some, like, it's difficult for some people to accept, but maybe like we were just late to the party. You know, like maybe the way the Europeans unified under these religions allow them to like to shape the to shape these like the ideologies, and like we were just late to it, whereas we all had different cultures and we had different ideologies from region to region, and they managed to come under one banner. Maybe they literally just unlucky. Like people always expect there's like some spiritual reason as to why people have the advantages in the world, but maybe it just literally is that we came together quicker than we did. Because I think, irrespective of the religion, like whether Jesus looks like a surfer from San Diego or he looks like a black guy, you know, it doesn't really matter. The reality is we would still have some kind of issues outside of that.
Can I ask you a question, bro? You said that we had some of the African people had issues with our spiritual systems or something, like what you just explained it now.
Yeah.
Which ancient tribes did you say was having problems with each other with their spiritual systems? Go.
More to the point, yeah, I would say like look at my country. Where I'm from is Ethiopia, yeah, and we're predominantly we're Orthodox Christian country, yeah. Prior to that, there were the Aksumites, and they were like to be honest, I don't know much about them traditionally. However, even though we came under Christianity in a different way to a lot of other West Africans, so like we weren't enslaved with it, so to speak. We took it up by ourselves. We still ended up poor as the rest of everyone else, if you know what I mean. So like, more to my point was less about the fact that there was division and more about the fact that it's because no one unified under our version of Christianity, we still ended up the same way as everybody else. Like irrespective of slavery, it still ended up bad for us. There's pictures of Black Jesus in Ethiopia, and still the anti-Black agenda is like rife in Ethiopia.
But what you've done is you've gone back into the Christianity. You was talking specifically about the ancient spiritual system, so not about Christianity, because you said obviously Christianity, the Europeans, they was able to unify under Christianity and stuff, and obviously Black, we was a bit late to the party. We was having trouble. So I want to know which ancient tribes were squabbling and had problems over their spiritualities.
To be fair to you, I'm not researched enough to say that, and the only example I use is there's still tribes to this day that predate I guess like Abrahamic faiths and Abrahamic religions in the region, you know, like in Kenya and Ethiopia. I'm talking about East Africa, and I imagine in West Africa, and for example, you might find in one area, one region, 2 or 3 different tribes. The fact that they're not all together, not necessarily conflict, maybe that was wrong for me to say conflict, but that they're not unified under the same ideology is my point. So the fact that like the Europeans were all Christian, yeah, at a period in time, whereas it's not been like that in Africa.
Yeah, do you know why? The reason why I tell you why, yeah, because remember, this is one thing we're starting to get mixed in. We're starting to get mixed in religion with African culture and spirituality. Remember, you got to realize you have different tribes, people in different area. Africa's a big place. In Africa, yeah, you have different species and different animals that might come in different places. So more to the north, you might have certain animals that are in a certain place. You might have certain trees and plants that grow in a certain place in Africa. You might have vibranium gold that grow here, that are in the land here, and different diamonds that go everything else. So with those people who in those particular regions, their spiritual systems and their stories about their culture is going to be a bit different. Do you understand my point? So
I agree.
You're talking about stuff like religion, for instance, because obviously from the Bible you have a straight chain of narration coming straight from Adam all the way, and it has Adam. Then it talks about the genealogy of the people from Adam all the way to Abraham to David to Joseph. Boom, 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 boom. Just see what I'm saying? It's giving you direct. What's the word? Direct knowledge of history and their culture. Whereas when you're dealing with African tribes, yeah, it's a bit more different because their stories are based on their land and then their experiences being in their environment, yeah, and their geographical location in Africa. So hence why it's still going to be a bit different, but you don't really see that much squabbling. Do you know what I mean? What we were saying earlier, I think it was Nino was saying how the differences between Islam and Christianity is that they have the same characters, but the characters are playing different roles. And those are the same things that you get in Africa, most of the African cultures and spiritual systems. You have many same characters, but they will do it. They have different roles, or they might have different names. Do you understand?
I fully agree with what you're saying here. What you're saying is a very random example. I remember I was reading something about King Richard II. You know, the one from Robin Hood, the one who went to fight in the Crusades. Yeah, and on his way back from the Crusades, he was held to ransom by some Belgian king for like